Well, hello everyone, and welcome to this new and another. What's going on, fellas?
Nothing, man. Listening to you.
Oh, okay. Y'all acting like something wrong. I'm looking at Holly's face.
Get ready, yo. That's it. That's all.
He like, damn. But look, thank you guys so much for joining. We are here on our weekly episode of our love of the 80s and 90s. And this week, it is I Love the 90s, and the year is 1996. A lot of gold nuggets, a lot of good things that happened in 1996. Just a lot of good stuff that happened in the 90s in general. But a lot of great things happened in 96. And hearing that water, man, it makes me feel so thirsty right now. It's like a commercial when they pour the Coke in the movies to make you go get some Coke and popcorn.
I didn't realize I was muted at first, but I said, like, when you was like, what's going on? I was like, yo, won't no pre-production, no nothing. It was just like, oh, let's go, and just went start. So I don't know if you saw my comment I put on the side, yo, but you'll see.
Oh no, I didn't see it. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I thought we was ready. My bad. Well,
I mean, it wasn't. You ain't asked. You just said.
My bad. Well, you all out there, hey man, you're seeing how the sausage is made. As once this is live, so here we go. As always, man, I can't do that without the crew. Great crew, known these guys for damn near almost a whole lifetime. Phenom 202, what say you?
Phenom 202, DVA representative. 96, man. 96, yo. It was full of hijinks in my life. You know what I'm saying? In our lives, yo. You know what I'm saying? Good year. Became a dad in 96. Shout out to me being what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word?
Old as fuck.
Old as fuck. Yeah. Irresponsible. That's the word. Irresponsible, yo. Shout out to my boy Armand, yo. 96 got some good shit, yo. Musically, movie wise, man. It was a monster year, yo. Monster year.
Yeah. What about you, O?
Oh, not much, man. Just ready. You know what I'm saying, to get into it. Just getting back in the States. So, yo.
Yeah, man. Give a little bit of where you were, man. Just a little. How you feeling, man? Coming back to the States.
Yeah. Me and the fam took a trip down to Playa del Carmen. Yo, it was cool. It was hot as. Oh God, it was so hot, yo. It was crazy. But had a good time, man. We played on a resort, man. It was like all Europeans, people in Englanders. You know, Scotland, Norway.
Wow.
Like, for real, it was, when I says you count up all of us on one hand, you can. For real, it was just like hardly like no Americans. But
oh wow.
Okay. My wife, she picked the resort. I mean, that's what she kind of wanted. So it was fun though. Like they know how to party. That's why I'll tell you one thing, yo. Yo, them English dudes, motherfucking can drink. Like, God damn.
Like, that's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good times, though. Good times, yo.
Well, you know what? This is a nice segue because you said it wasn't a whole lot of Americans there. And the number one movie at the box office was definitely about America. The number one movie at the box office was Independence Day, starring Will Smith, Jeff Goldblum, and look, very simple. As you can see, the movie is about some aliens that blew up the White House, but simple enough. They invaded Earth, and next thing you know, you got Will Smith and jumping in a cockpit. All of a sudden, he knows how to fly an alien spaceship, and Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum, in a short way, saved the planet. You know, but this was a great movie in a nutshell. What are you guys' thoughts about this movie? I tell you one thing though, I thought this movie was fantastic. I thought it was great. Don't watch the second one was bad. The second one was really bad. Independence Day Resurgence.
Oh, I never watched that shit.
That's how bad it was. It's awful. But this movie was a really good movie. I thought it was done very well. It really, the effects on it was really good. I thought effects done very well. The only thing about this movie that I wish they didn't do, I wish in the trailer they didn't show the White House being blown up, because I thought that was such a fantastic thing. They could have saved that for the movie because we were going to come see it anyway.
Well, no, Corey said that was fantastic. Don't Homeland Security don't come knocking at my door. He's like, "Oh, they built the White House. That shit was great." Like, hi, Homeland Security. That's a Corey _ whatever at Gmail. Not me. Go ahead.
What about you, Phoenix? What's your thoughts about Independence Day?
It was good, man. It was actually on like a couple weeks ago, man.
Yeah.
I think this cemented the July 4th weekend became Will Smith's weekend after this movie. You know what I mean? It seemed like a succession. All his movies dropped in. He was like summer man. He was the dude.
Yeah.
Blockbuster summer, Like even Jay-Z had a line about it, like doing summers like Will Smith, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He was that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Movie was good. Goldblum does Jeff Goldblum things, yo.
He's Jeff. He's Jeff Goldblum. Okay.
Yeah. So and that, and then the thing about it is, we just need to go ahead and end racism now, man. We can't come together when aliens attack, Because if you look at the movie now, everybody was no color, It was all species, So let's get it together before these aliens come attack, But no, it was a great, great movie, man. Blockbuster, You know what I'm saying?
I agree. Yeah, Ali, what about you?
It was a good movie, man. It just came out at the right time, Independence Day, and I mean, you said you watched it the other day. The last time I watched it, I was like, this shit's corny as fuck. But I enjoyed it. But it's corny but fun. It's like a fun movie, you know what I mean?
I agree with that.
It's definitely it definitely ain't winning no Oscars, no shit like that. But it's a good time, man. Like that's what you want in a summer blockbuster, just to have a good time, have some fun, everybody getting up in the seats. It's one of the movies where everybody's be cheering at the end, like, yeah, what I mean, the whole theater type shit. So it's a good time for everybody just to get together, enjoy themselves, and have some fun, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think this movie was perfect for that.
Yeah, and also to folks out there, we got double digits people watching, only a couple of likes. So if you're watching, please like, share, but liking helps, with the algorithm. We're just trying to get out there. So if you get a chance, if you just watching, you watch this far, just hit that like button. All right.
Yeah, there you go. It costs you nothing, man. Just go ahead and hit that like button because it does help us go up in the algorithm there. So yeah, we got about 15 of you watching. Go ahead and hit that like button. And shout out to Angel. Angel's been commenting right now. So we see out there. Thank you, Angel. You're always the regular coming on. So always appreciate that, man. It's love, man. So much love. So we are going to hit it up with the number 2 movie that came out in 1992.
So Corey did not read my comment, just so you know.
I've got things. You know what it is? I have things queued. I don't know when you take it off the queue.
I don't.
So that's the thing.
You're looking at the screen like I'm looking at the screen. But you don't even switch it down.
I'm looking at other things too.
You ain't looking at more than me. But you ain't got to. What I'm saying is, you don't even have to bring it up on the joint. You can look at the bottom, and be like, "Let me switch it out at the bottom," and then tap it to go big. My bad. Go ahead.
So the number 2 movie of 1996 was Twister, starring. Look, Twister was a number 2 movie. It was a ragtag bunch of storm chasers. Got Helen Hunt in there, and my man Bill Paxton. Love Bill Paxton. He's always great in this movie. There's not a lot of acting going on in this movie, and to be honest, the movie is really what it is. The movie is about every 5 minutes a storm is happening, and they're chasing after the storm because they have a particular device that they want to get inside this storm to see what makes these tornadoes tick. I don't know. This shit. It's a weird concept, but it is true because there are real storm chasers, and how they made a movie about this and made it great, I have no idea. But there's one part in this movie to this day that I still cannot understand. Y'all know when that tornado is like picking up 18-wheelers, throwing the cow across the field. At the very end, they did not get, for some reason, they tied up a belt around their waist, and they didn't fly away when the tornado was over top their ass. But that's the movies. That's the movies. I digress. But anyway, I did love it, though. I thought it was pretty good. Phenom, what about you?
Didn't like it. I never liked this movie, yo. I mean, I love watching storm chasers in real life.
Yeah.
This movie, the plot wasn't good to me. I mean, it was everything was CGI. So, and I don't have any problem with CGI stuff as long as it's good. You know what I mean? The plot can be iffy, but the CGI has to be good. I didn't care for this movie at all. 96 show.
Yeah. I mean, I can't. It doesn't hold up well over time. Go ahead, Al.
I remember going to see this movie in the theaters, but I don't remember anything about the movie. That was the one and only time I watched it. I don't even think I thought it was a bad movie. I just never really. Once I saw the cow, really, that's all I needed. That's like from the commercial and shit. Like you saw the cow fly by. That's what I was like, oh, let me see that. Once I saw that, I was kind of like, I'm good. Like, you know what I mean? But and again, I'm not saying it's a bad movie because I don't remember feeling like it was whack. You know what I mean? I just never revisited. So I'm sorry, Twister. Like the number 2 movie in the country, it just is. It just didn't touch my heart that way.
You know,
but they're doing a remake coming out. So.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah,
it's coming out a couple of months.
Yeah, I want to see that because I think they'll take it to another level because you can't go no way but up with this shit, yo.
Yeah, I think with this movie, and you guys hit a lot of stuff that I feel the movie has a lot of action, but it has no depth. And I think that's the issue with it. It's just them chasing storms, and it doesn't have a lot of depth to it. So it ain't like it's bad because it's action, but it just has no depth. And you know, after time, you know, it's just kind of like, whatever. But I will tell you,
which was just like because I mean, you had the characters, but the main character is just the motherfucking tornado
storm,
and the tornado can't talk. In the words of Rudy Ray Moore, the human tornado.
Yeah, tornado can't talk. That's right. Yeah. Man, so one movie that a lot of people were talking, and this is the movie right here, The Nutty Professor, man. A lot of people are talking in this. This is The Nutty Professor, starring Eddie Murphy, Jada Pinkett, of course, and Dave Chappelle, amongst a bunch of others. And this is actually a remake of a 1963 movie, movie of the same name done by Jerry Lewis. Absolutely right, Phenom. Basically, the premise is this professor invents this miraculous weight loss solution, and he takes it himself. And next thing you know, he loses about 250 pounds and becomes a different person. It's sort of like a different take on Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde type way. But in this movie was way different than the very first one because Eddie Murphy played a lot of characters in this movie. And I think that's what made this movie so good. This was one of the top 5 movies of 1996. Nutty Professor, what do you guys thought, Phoenix?
Yeah, it's good, yo. Well, shout out to Ozempic, yo. Out there making Ozempic, changing people's bodies, yo. Ozempic, whatever. I ain't taking that shit. You couldn't pay me to take that shit.
Shit. Don't let me get my hands on it.
Yeah, guess what? Oprah got $1 billion and she in the hospital because her stomach fucked up because of Ozempic, yo.
I mean, Oprah got a lot of other shit going on, man. You know, how times Oprah got fat and big again?
But guess what? A lot of motherfuckers.
Oprah is the motherfucking Nutty Professor. You know, catch her depending on what year you catch her on. Like 1 second she's like, you know, I'm talking about at a dinner table with a bunch of other Oprahs and standing, and the next minute she out here skinny pulling a big ass wagon of fat, talking about look at all this fat. It was in my body.
Yeah, man. When you got money, you can buy weight loss, show, but that shit will fuck you up. Just make you human like everybody else, show. I want to say this. I think this was probably one of Eddie Murphy's last best movies. If that makes sense. I actually like Nutty Professor. The plot, I mean, like the characters, the clumps. You know what I'm saying? Iconic. Jada Pinkett, looking like Jada Pinkett in here. You know what I mean? The part with him and Chappelle, where Chappelle was the comedian roasting everybody.
Oh yeah.
Back his buddy Love.
His roast on him in the club is some of the best shit I've ever heard. Yo.
Like who's sucking who titties?
And the way he was talking too. Yo.
Yes. He said, "You must be on that new diet, Slim Slow."
No, it's funny to see like Dave Chappelle's ascension because he was playing all these dumb characters, like Robin Hood Men in Tights. He was in that.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
Blue Streak. He was playing like a side character, but funny as shit. With Martin and this, but then you know I never saw him take off though. I didn't know. I didn't project his trajectory. If that makes any sense, but he did. He took it and ran with it.
Yeah, because this is Dave Chappelle before the Dave Chappelle that we know, you know. So because he did Half Baked as well, and I didn't see Dave Chappelle being that kind of guy he is today. But shout out to Dave Chappelle, man. Yeah, and Eddie for seeing that early to put him in the film, you know.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ollie.
No, I was just to say, I mean, you're right. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is probably like one of his last good movies. I mean, if you take out like, I don't count like the Shreks and all that, you know, with the voice acting. But
Oh,
as
you
far
don't
as
count
him,
those? Oh, okay.
I mean, because Shrek is Shrek. Yo.
It's a kids movie, man. Kids,
It's a good movie. No,
it's good though.
I'm just talking about. But it's just voice. It's just his voice, though. I mean, yeah, he put some acting into it, but you know what I mean. I'm talking about motherfucking Eddie on screen.
I feel you. Right.
Because you know, once Eddie went into the makeup era, that's what I call it. That motherfucker was on every movie with a bunch of lipstick, foundation, motherfucking eyebrows, tees to the those shits are drawn. You know what I'm talking about? Like he went to
you're talking about
like that Mr. Distinguished Gentleman, like makeup era. I was like, yo, Eddie, what the heck? Like you don't even look like a real person. You on TV looking like a mannequin and shit.
I remember that. I was looking at Distinguished Gentleman. I said, "Who the hell is this?"
Your boy, he took the makeup too far. He saw how it worked with the clumps. He said, "Yo, makeup." I said, "Yo." But I will say, this movie definitely has, like as you said, him playing many roles as he's done in the past with Coming to America and what have you. But that dinner scene is definitely a classic, yo. I can't. If I see that, I am going to laugh. So shout out to Nutty Professor, man.
But you know what? Two phrases came from that dinner scene.
Yeah.
Well, she was like Hercules.
I knew, that's right.
And the word relations, yo. We never heard people say something about sex. It was relations.
You know what?
That's so true.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
That is real.
Yeah, I don't think that might be it. Yeah, if you have relations, I
think that started it because I had never heard sex as relations.
Relations, and they spit out their food and shit like that. Sherman and whatever.
Man,
yeah. I would say this. This wasn't his Life came out after this, and Life is a great movie.
Yeah, Life.
Okay, yeah.
I ain't
I like Life.
Y'all hate me. I like Life too.
You don't like Life?
I said I do like Life. I said I like Life too. But people overhype. I think it's overrated though. I can like it and still be overrated.
I definitely can see that.
Like people act like it's like the funniest movie on earth, but it's a good movie though. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
So I've noticed. It looks like we got, and I know we have a lot of people in here that normally come in here. So please don't mind it. But I see somebody shouted out from Wisconsin, so we appreciate that, man. If you're new and joining us, welcome. So Mr. JD 0508. So I'm assuming that you're new. So welcome, man. Thank you for joining.
Yep.
Yeah, Wisconsin. All right, so that's what's up.
Wisconsin.
But, we got
damn, I can't even say it.
Wisconsin.
There you go, Wisconsin. Shout out to your boy, Mr. Auto-Tune himself. Okay.
Yeah, but I want to give a shout out to Zozo, Bob, Valerie, Wheezy, Jabbar, Pittsburgh, Angel. I mean, these are so many people that come on our channel all the time. Karen. So shout out to so many of you guys that always reach out to us and come every week. So let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. Another great movie that hit the stage in 1996. My man, Tom Cruise.
In preparation for this, this actually came on the other day on Showtime. They did Mission Impossible from 1 all the way to the recent ones, and I actually watched the first one again for the first time in years. Dog, shit was good, man.
Yeah, it was.
It's good. It really does hold up. I'm not gonna lie. This movie kicked off the franchise that is still going on to this day. I mean, it started off in 1996. Tom Cruise still running, still doing his own stunts.
Tom Cruise get to running.
Yup.
I can lie,
yo. Watch out.
Man, he was sitting at the dinner table with the agent. They said, "Yo, we think you the mole." He's like, "Why you gonna think I'm the mole?" And then he had the gum looking shit and threw that shit against the aquarium. I ain't gonna lie, when he jumped out the aquarium, that shit looked whack as shit. But that nigga took off like this, down the street.
Yeah, he gonna run in every movie and run like for real.
And the Olympics was in '96, so they could have used his ass in Atlanta because you can tell me Tom Cruise.
4x4 relay.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna get this shit at the end.
That's so true. Oh man, this movie was great, man. I remember watching this. I didn't catch it in the movie theaters, but I did catch it on. This was VHS, or DVD at the time.
I'm pretty sure I saw this in the movie because this is the one with when the doves come out the joint, right? And he come walking out. Oh, that's maybe I'm wrong. It's like some shit happened. It was like some birds come out like a cave, and he come walking out. But I might be wrong. I'm probably thinking of a whole other movie.
Nah, I don't remember that part.
Yeah, I don't remember that in this one.
I know what you're talking about.
Was this the first one where they did the face joint? See, there's so many.
No, that was two.
There's so many Mission Impossibles, I can't keep up with them. I've seen them all, but it's all one big.
Oh no, take it back. They was doing the face joint because he dressed it, but it was like a prosthetic face because he acted like a senator at a party. When I will tell you this: if I was Emilio Estevez, I would have been the saltiest nigga in Hollywood. He got killed in the first Mission Impossible. He was in the elevator. He was trying to control the elevator, but the elevator crushed him and killed him at the beginning of the movie. Yeah. So guess what? He wasn't in one. He wasn't in two. Now, Bing Rames,
4, 5, 6.
Bing Rames he been in every.
He been in all of them.
Oh yeah.
That's one thing I can say about this franchise. I like they keep it consistent, keeping the core characters every single. They still got the same crew that he hang with, and they've been in with them every single movie. Right. Bing Rames. I forget the Caucasian guy that he kind of like nerdy in there with Ving Rhames that do all this.
Simon Pegg.
Yeah, and Tom Cruise, and there's always somebody else. The crew, they make sure to keep the crew, and I like that. And the thing about Mission Impossible, you can watch the first one. You can watch each of them separately, but they all go together like a stacked deck. That's what I like about it. Like you can jump.
I can see that.
You can almost jump into each movie and kind of start somewhere and then continually watch it. It's not like you have to watch the first one to know what's going on in the second one. You can kind of start with the second one and move on and start with the fourth one. It's just really good, man. And I appreciate Tom Cruise for he got us a good one here, man. And no doubt.
Yeah, he definitely still pumping them out, yo. Tom Cruise is like 60s, man. He in the 60s, I believe, yo.
In the 60s, yo.
Yo, that's crazy. He got another one coming. This is the last one. There's another one coming.
That's what they say. Yeah, I watched the last one, and this is the part 2 of that. The last one was actually pretty good.
He did his own joint where he jumped. He did it multiple times where he jumped off the cliff with the motorcycle.
With the bicycle.
Yo.
Yes, with the motorcycle. Yo. Yeah. That stunt is crazy. That was a good movie. It was long. I think that might have been his detriment. It was a little long, and I see why they did 2 parts because they had to cut this shit off. It was getting long.
Yo, man, that Scientology must got Tom Cruise like aging backwards, yo. You know what's so funny though? I was out when I went to LA in March. Dog, I took my kids and my wife to Hollywood, and we parked in front of the Scientology building. Mm-hmm. People was watching the show. Like they came out, like security
I was
came
about to
out.
say, you can't just go.
But you can park there. It's on the street. It's like you can park right in front of it and just walk through Hollywood because it's right in them smack down on Hollywood. Like
just because you can don't mean you should, man.
Yeah, and you know
I watched that documentary on that shit. Yo,
that Hubbard hat got these dudes in the chokehold, yo.
Yeah, I watched the documentary on that joint, yo. These dudes they wild, yo. The whole system's wild, yo. And and the fact that it's done came out what the end game is and people still follow it, they got some talkers in there. Like about the aliens coming down and teleporting and doing it. Like that's the end game of Scientology. Like it's like you gonna transport. I don't know if you know that, Corey. Have you ever heard about Scientology?
I've heard of Tom Cruise and his Scientology, but you
never know. You don't know nothing about Scientology. You definitely need to.
Watch some docs. So, but basically, it's a dude. He wrote what's that? Dynamics.
L. Ron Hubbard.
Yeah, the books. Because I remember seeing the commercials for those books all the time growing up. You know what I mean? And basically, he was like a sci-fi writer turned to a preacher and set up a whole religion. Yeah. In the end game, like you gotta reach different levels, Corey. Like you,
that shit.
More like the higher level you get. Once you get to the highest level, you get to like elevate to the aliens and leave Earth and come back. I don't know. It's some craziness. Like when it got that far, I was like, "Yo, y'all wild."
Yeah, super fact show.
Yeah, I don't know. That's some. Yeah, that's some deep stuff right there. I ain't gonna front. All I know is about Tom Cruise and Scientology, and that's it. That's all.
And sorry if there's any Scientologists out there, yo. A lot of us believe in the sweet baby Jesus. coming back too. So they probably look at us and be like, yo, what the hell are you talking? Like, my shit funny, your shit funny. You talking about motherfucker died and came back.
So my aliens
yeah. So I guess is this all of what you want? I guess I can't hate on.
So one thing that wasn't funny, which we're going to move to now. One thing that wasn't funny that a lot of people, when they got that phone call, was definitely not laughing when they asked that question. What's your favorite scary movie? Scream came out in 1996, starring Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox, David Arquette, Drew Barrymore. And I did not know this, but it was directed by Wes Craven. Had no idea that it was directed by Wes Craven. Wes Craven. But one thing I can say about Scream, and I had to make a note here, this redefined the slasher genre, because we had those slasher films like in the 80s, but this really redefined it. And they are still making Scream movies to this day. I mean, Ghostface is such a prominent horror character. I mean, that face, you see that face, you automatically think Scream. The same way that when you see the hockey mask, you think Friday the 13th. This face is synonymous with Scream. But this is a great movie. Real simple movie, but a fantastic movie. A teenage girl by the name of Sydney, played by Neve Campbell, is terrorized by a mass killer who targets her and her friends using scary movies to play a deadly game. And who would have ever thought it was her boyfriend and Shaggy from Scooby-Doo? But either way, I digress. Great movie. I freaking loved it. I had no idea the twist at the end. It caught me off guard too. What did you guys thoughts about Scream, man? And did you enjoy it?
It's definitely a great movie. I think it's two movies that were kind of like that. I Know What You Did Last Summer is Scream. I look at both of them the same way. I like both of them. You know what I'm saying? But it's funny though. I remember Drew Barrymore, like she was a big star, so she was like all in the promos and the cut.
Oh, you can see her right here. She's in the front.
She was in the movie 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It was a good 5 minutes though.
It was a great 5 minutes because she said she thought she was playing on the phone.
It was a hell of a cold opening. It's a hell of a way to start a film. Yeah.
But I like the ending because I think this slasher film is more realistic. If I say that, like two dudes who wanted to kill people, like, and then at the end, like they just kill people for no reason.
Yeah, there really was no logic to it. They just wanted to have one guy had his reason, another guy had his reason. Yeah. You know, so it was very interesting. One was because his father left his family because he was messing with Sydney's mom, and the other guy wanted to do it just because he was crazy. Yeah, he just wanted to get in on it.
He liked horror movies.
So the dude with the dark hair dude was mad because the dude left.
Yeah,
like Sydney's mom. And Shaggy was the one was crazy. They started stabbing each other.
Yeah, he worked at. He worked at a movie place. So he was just really.
And you could tell how crazy he was at the end too, and he was spitting from his mouth and whatnot when he was talking. He was like, "We're going to do it one more time, baby."
Because I would say, like Scream, like I had no idea who the killers was. Every time I thought it might have been somebody, I was switching up every boom, boom, boom. And then when it was like two of the motherfuckers, I was like, oh, like you know what I mean. Yeah. So Scream definitely is set off an era, and like Corey says, like that motherfucking mask,
the slasher genre.
And that mask is motherfucking. Whew,
yes,
crazy. Whoever picked that out, that mask is up there with the Jason mask. With the motherfucking Michael Myers, like you know what I mean.
Michael Myers.
Once you see that, you know what it is.
You know, I was like a couple months old when I said a couple months. I was like my age now minus a couple months when I found out like the Michael Myers mask is actually a Captain Kirk mask flipped inside out. You know.
And they painted it white.
I saw that on Making the Movies.
You got to watch that. The Making the Movies on Netflix. They have Halloween, and that's
where I saw it on. Yeah, I was like,
so good. Yeah, and they painted it white. And the interesting. The reason why he wanted to paint it white because he wanted to have lack of expression on the face. Yeah. So he just painted all white. It was really good, man. Great movie. And who would have ever thought that Wes Craven would have given us two iconic characters, Freddy Krueger and now Ghostface? I mean, and he. you got to give it to Wes Craven, man.
I did know this was Wes Craven because like during the promo, there was like Wes Craven all over the shit.
Oh, I didn't know.
For the mind of Wes Craven. Mm-hmm.
I wound up seeing this in the Dollar Movie Theater in Hampton with the person I was dating at the time. And I didn't even want to go see it. I'm like, Scream? What? Scream? She's like, no, you got to go see it. It's freaking great. And I went and I loved it. So I only had to spend $1, but I saw one hell of a film, man. It was great. It was great. Y'all probably know the Dollar Movie Theater I'm talking about.
Dog, me and I probably seen 100 movies in that. They was going across the street to see Big Derek at Winky Dinky Dog. Yo,
yeah, Winky Dinky. Yep.
Winky Dinky Dog.
Yeah.
Another great movie. Oh, go ahead, Ollie.
No, I was gonna say, you go and queue up the other joint, yo. With Jabbar's comment, put up earlier.
I'll bring it back.
I mean, what y'all think of? Go ahead, Pete. You can read it off for me.
I say, in my opinion, Scream marked the beginning of the scary movie and the end of the horror movie. I can agree with that. I think it was more suspenseful, like scary, suspenseful. I'm not into horror and gore. Like, I watched like the first 2 Saws and I'm super out. I don't give a fuck about no Saws ever. Like, motherfucker cutting his foot off, I'm out of that. I don't like the gore. But like the scary, suspenseful stuff like this, I'm with. And I think it did spark. I would say it sparked like more of a younger version of it. Like people around like teenage to early 20-ish. Like I said, like what I know you did last summer. You know what I'm saying? That type. So yeah, I can agree with that. What you think,
When I say horror, I don't really think of gore because I think the gore came around Saw, like Saw, Hostel, all that type shit. Because the old movies the horror was a lot of suspense. I think it's hard to say. I think a lot of the older movies, there was some blood here and there, but it wasn't as bloody until it got like later on. You know what I mean? Because you watch some Alfred Hitchcock, even some shit like Psycho, yo. Like it ain't like a bunch of boom, boom, boom. It's just like a crazy motherfucker.
But what about 80s horror? But you're right, though. You even think about it. Some of the 80s horror is not a whole lot of blood. Like the very early Friday the 13th, they got worse as they kept being made.
Yeah, as they kept being made.
But the early ones were not. The early Freddy Kruegers weren't real bloody. It was a lot of suspense because he was in your dreams. They got worse as they kept going on. So I think the early ones weren't that bad in the 80s. But I think what happened is as time went on, just like sequels, you always got to up the next one, up the next one.
Yeah.
So what happened is they started going from those early on flasher suspenseful films to just gut, and it was just how you can kill them the best. More blood, more guts, and more stuff like that. So I think this was fresh, to get a different take on what had currently been going out. So yeah, I agree. I could say it ended the horror genre to the way it was going and started a new way of doing
new wave, movies. That's a good one. Yeah. So we say all that to say Jabbar, he might be on to something, because
you think you're on to something, Jabbar.
Yeah,
you're on to something.
Yeah, because I'm sure I had to look it up. It was a movie. I can't think of. I'm trying to look it up. Maybe this Lady of the Lake. Yeah, the Lady of the Lake movie.
That shit
when I was a kid, that shit scared the fuck out of me, and that really ain't got hardly like no killing, no like not. It's just the lady with her white dress. I was like, I don't know why that shit scared me as a kid.
I mean, look, that stuff scares you. I mean, and look, I'm Angel. I'm with you with this because I actually saw Friday the 13th about 2 months ago. Johnny Depp. A lot of people don't know Johnny Depp got his first role in Friday the 13th. That scene, that death scene that he's in is fucked up. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's the one in. Correct me if I'm wrong, Angel. I think that's when the blood go up on the ceiling and shit where he's. Like, I remember seeing that and I was like, God damn, that was pretty rough. That was pretty,
Damn, I'm about to go back because I don't even remember him being in that movie.
He wasn't in that long
before Johnny Depp is Johnny Depp. This is before 21 Jump Street and all that. Yeah, he's in the movie he's through the whole movie until he died. I mean, because everybody get it in that movie.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, everybody got it in this movie. But it was still a really good movie and a breakout movie for the year. So we're going to go here to Set It Off. Set It Off came out in 1996. Of course, it's starring Queen Latifah, Vivica Fox, and Jada Pinkett. And this movie really kicked off Queen Latifah's movie career. I mean, this movie really started it off. And from this point, a lot of people really started to take her more seriously. And once she got a piece of that movie bug, that's where she stayed. The movie is really about all these women that are struggling, and they having a tough time, man. And they decide to come up with a scheme and start robbing banks because somebody in the neighborhood robbed the bank, and they're like, you know what? If that dumbass can do it, I know we can do it. And unfortunately, sometimes you can bite off a little more than you can chew, and that's what happened in this film. They bit off one too many banks, and unfortunately, they all bit the bullet at the end, except Jada Pinkett. She was the only one to survive, but I don't even know if it's even worth surviving because she lost everybody basically by the end of the movie. But I thought this was a fantastic movie, great movie. I thought Queen Latifah did a fantastic job. Vivica Fox, Jada Pinkett. I mean, what can I say, man? This was a great movie. What are your thoughts, Fino?
It was a good movie, yo. It's funny because at the beginning, Vivica Fox was working at the bank.
She
and
was.
They thought, and she knew the dudes for the neighborhood, so they thought she was in on it and fired her from the bank. So she was already scoring that way. Mm-hmm. But they would have got caught. Queen Latifah was like drinking and buying hoes, yo.
I know. And she threw the tapes out the window. They got careless after that last bank robbery, man. They started putting two and two together. And then they effed up too because they put the money where they work. So the boss found this bag of money and went and spent it. So, you know, it was they were getting careless near the end.
Yeah. But it's funny though, because Jada Pinkett, she was doing something strange for some change with Mac from Night Court. Yeah, he's like, I need some money. You're like, what you gonna do for this money? And then you always see her laying on the bed and him hunching with her. Yo.
Crazy. That was true.
Night Court. It is due for Night Court.
It was him from Night Court. Yeah, it really is.
Facts, yo.
Yeah. I mean, this movie was it was good. I can't say I might have just liked it because of the hip hop element, and then really Queen Latifah went out like a
G, yo.
Yeah, I know somebody just put that. I was gonna say that. Angel stole my line.
I didn't see the comment, yo.
That's all I was
out there, right?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, yo, she went out like a G, yo. She went out crazy. But it was just wild, It was. I guess Queen Latifah did a great job, and it was her because it was her first time she could be herself. You know what I mean?
And it's funny you say that because before then, like she had a couple songs. She was talking about the rumors ain't true and all this stuff.
Yeah,
like she was hiding for Hollywood. Then this movie, everybody was like, "This is her element, yo." Cornrows.
Yeah, she was right there.
She killed it, She did a good job with that, yo.
I mean, I always knew she couldn't really hide it because the way she wore them pantsuits and oh my god, what's the fucking TV show?
Living Single.
Yeah, them fucking
Khadijah
with the motherfucking shoulder pads, her pantsuits and all that shit. I was like, yeah, you got she had a strong Dorothy vibe, strong Dorothy from Golden Girls vibe.
And my thing is, because Khadijah caught a lot of bodies too, yo. Her and Max was going toe to toe. Khadijah always kept a man, yo.
Yeah, she did do that.
Yeah, they was always fighting over her too. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
But it was a great movie. Started out Queen Latifah's career, and we already know. I think, and somebody put in there, this might have been the last movie Jada Pinkett was really in that was good. I don't remember her being in anything else after this.
She was in
that was really good. I know she was in Low Down Dirty Shame, but that was whack. I mean, that was
you whack for saying that.
Man. I was about to say, don't you dare talk.
Low Down Dirty Shame.
Low Down Dirty Shame.
Hell yeah.
I like that shit, yo.
What?
Hell yeah. That shit was funny as hell, yo.
Shout out to Keenan, you're the Godfather, man.
Yeah. I mean, when you make money and you a big in Hollywood, you can make a passion project, yo. You can really make a movie where you cast yourself
that was like his way of making a Shaft.
Yeah, he would be Shaft. That's what I say. He's going to be Shaft all over.
Well, he was funny in this shit. Him and Waylon, the gay dude. Hilarious.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think though, for real though. Yeah, that might have been I don't know what Jada's been.
That might have been the last big
one. She's been riding the fucking early 90s for real, she never had like a big starring role herself where she's just like the superstar.
True.
Somehow she just rolled all this out, from
yeah.
different world to she
To this,
somehow
yeah.
she just wrote it out. I'm like, yo, how the hell is she?
You know what? It just popped in my head. The last movie, the most recent one, which is not recent, about 6, 7 years ago. Girl Trip. Is that what it was with
Girls Trip? Yeah, but
Oh,
she was
Girls
a
Trip?
character.
She was in that. She was in Girls
was
Trip. Yeah. So I crisscrossed that. But you know, a movie that I did like. I didn't like No Down Dirty Shame, but I really did love this movie. I thought this was a fantastic movie, man, and a great movie. Great movie.
Charlie Baltimore.
Yeah, man. Action thriller starring my man Samuel Jackson and Gina Davis as Samantha Kane. Basically, she's a single mother who begins all of a sudden having these strange memories and can't explain this violence, and her physical skills are like out off the charts. And she starts hiring this private detective, which is Samuel Jackson, to kind of figure out what's going on and probe into her past. And by doing that, she finds out she is this special agent that is the shit in America. She's like Carmen Sandiego, but her name is Charlie Baltimore, man. And this is a fantastic movie. If you have not seen The Long Kiss Goodnight, you need to check it out. It's really good. I thought Gina Davis was going to be the next action star after this, because you'd never really seen her do something like this before. But I don't know. She didn't do anything else past this. So, but I thought this movie was great. What about you guys, man? What are your thoughts about Long Kiss Goodnight, Gina Davis? Of course, Samuel Jackson is great in the movie. What are your thoughts, Phoenix?
It was a good movie. I mean, you said everything. A good plot. I haven't seen it in a while, but I do remember Samuel L. Jackson was good at it. Gina Davis was immaculate in it. I'm trying to see. She ain't even really been in that much that I can. After that I can remember.
After this, yes.
Nothing
I don't
big.
know what happened.
Because
I don't know what happened.
I remember her mostly from A League of Their Own. Baseball.
Yeah,
That's probably the last one that I remember. A League of Their Own. Yes, that's the last one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, that's good.
Thing.
And I'm looking
That's
at her
good.
IMDb. I don't see nothing that I recognize her in after that.
Yeah, this was such a good movie, and I was like, okay, she about to do something. You know, like she's going to go to that Sigourney Weaver, realm, sort of the similar. But she didn't really do anything else. But Ali, what about you, man?
She was in Grey's Anatomy for 13 episodes, and she was in the wrestling show Glow.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
Well, I said I could Glow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, this movie's came up on here before, and I told you I haven't really fucked with it. I don't even remember nothing about it.
Oh, I don't remember you saying that. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. It was brief. It wasn't like that we talked on. I was just like, yeah. I was like, yo, you need to see it. I was like, oh yeah, I probably do need to watch it again.
It's a great movie, man. Great movie. Samuel Jackson is Samuel Jackson. I mean, he's saying motherfucker and all kinds of shit.
MCAP said Gina Davis. Last week she was a Fly's girlfriend.
She was.
That's right.
She was.
That's right. She was Jeff Goldblum's girlfriend, man.
She was holding him down. That's my man, and I'm gonna stick by him.
Yeah, she was stuck by his ass through everything to the end.
He said all 7 feet of Gina Davis. I don't know how tall she is, but
I don't know how tall she's tall. She's tall. I don't know if she's 7 feet though, but he's gonna take every bit of her. I mean, Gina Davis. I mean, look, she ain't looking bad in this joint. She was looking all right, especially when she cut her hair real short and she turned to Charlie Baltimore. I was like, God damn, girl.
Dog, she's 68 years old, man.
Really?
Yeah.
But we getting old, yo.
That's what I keep telling you. We old, man. That's all it is. We old.
It's crazy, yo. But yo, if we transition off this,
we about to transition into music.
All right, let me give you a couple movies that came up in the chat.
Okay,
definitely worth it. Fargo, I love that movie.
Damn, that was 96. Fargo.
Fargo is the shit, yo.
I wish I could do a Fargo. I said, hey, Fargo. I can't do a Fargo.
My
man from Wisconsin. Fargo is fire, yo.
And it spawned a good series.
The TV show fire too.
If y'all haven't seen any Fargos on FX, Hulu, y'all gotta watch them. Phenomenal. The Crow.
Of course.
Oh yeah, with Brandon Lee. Yes.
And,
that was The Crow.
That came on a couple weeks ago, and I watched it. It was okay, but it was good at the same time because I was like, I haven't seen it in a long time, and I just remember having me the chokehold. But this movie right here had me the chokehold, the cable guy, yo. Matthew Broderick, and Jim
Oh,
Carrey.
Jim Carrey.
Jim
Yo, that shit was,
Carrey.
yo, that cable guy was funny, yo. I can't lie. The cable guy was crazy. Like Jim Carrey could play a crazy motherfucker.
Yeah.
Dude was crazy.
Yeah, he had the list.
Crazy.
Yo. The basketball scene is classic, yo. When he showed up with the basketball and he dunked and broke the glass, so he ruined the game for everybody, yo.
Yeah.
Jack Black was in it.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Black was in it too. Damn, I need to go back and watch the Cable Guy.
Yeah, Cable Guy.
I really do.
Yo.
Damn.
Yeah.
Any other movies before we move on to music?
No, I think Valerie had to go when she said Unpopular Opinion. She loves Biodome with Pauly Shore, who they had to live in the dome joint.
Oh yeah,
that's definitely a throwback.
Yes.
That's definitely I don't know about because they got like trapped in. It was like on a tour or some shit. I think it was a tour, but they got trapped in the Biodome and closed, and they had to live there.
I gotta watch that. I've never seen that. Yeah,
that's an old school. And then I'm gonna do two more. Shout out to Pittsburgh.
Ooh,
Dust
good
to
one.
Dawn.
Selma Hayek, yo.
Yeah, Selma Hayek.
Yes, George Clooney.
Yeah,
and
George Clooney.
Yeah. Good ass movie.
Yeah, with
and the director. Golly.
Oh, it's your boy.
Jesus.
Quentin Tarantino did this.
Quentin Tarantino. Yes, those are
he did do it. Yeah,
he was in it. They were brothers. Yeah,
they were brothers. How I forget he was actually in the movie. Yeah.
That was a good movie.
Never stopped at a strip club in Mexico.
Yeah, totally didn't expect what happened. That movie took a left as soon as they got to the club.
Yeah,
they just stopped off to get something, and next thing you know, the doors closed, and it turned to a whole nother movie. I was like, "Holy shit!" It was a good movie though.
And the last one, which I thought should have been definitely not Oscar nominated. You know what I mean? A couple of people should have got some shit, but they didn't.
Don't be a menace. My drinking too. Oh my goodness! For the mind,
dude, we have a problem.
Message.
Yo, this movie was hilarious, yo. Where Shawn Wayans came in there with his bag, he started knocking out all the kids. Like doing the Boys in the Hood joint.
Doing the Boys in the
Hood, yeah. If some people don't know, like this movie is a kind of spoof on Menace to Society, Juice, and Boys in the Hood. It's funny. Yes. I think the Wayans brothers, they had the 90s on lock, yo. From a Living Color,
as far as that type, as
movies,
far as the spoofs,
The Screams. We talked about Screams.
Yeah, they did scary movies.
They did scary movies. Yeah, they did all that. Yeah. So
they definitely had it on lock, man. They definitely had it on lock. Right. Well, we're going to transition into music. So I will say there was some really good stuff that came out in 1996, and there was some stuff that came out in 96 that I was like, huh? So we're going to get into it right here, man. Look, real quick. The number 1 and number 2 songs of 1996. I did not know that the Macarena was the number 1 song of 1996, but I guess so. I mean, because everybody was doing it everywhere they were going. The song, and look, it's in my head right now as I'm saying this. And One Sweet Day with Boyz II Men and Mariah Carey was the number 2 single on the Billboard charts in 1996. So really a surprising year that those two totally different songs were number 1 and number 2. But before we move, and we'll get back to some more discussion in just a minute, I want to hit these up really quick. These were some other videos / songs. So even though those were the top singles, there are some memorable videos / songs because videos in the 90s were almost just as important as the song. So the Spice Girls came out in the scene huge in 1996, and the song is Wannabe.
Check out the channel. We got a reaction to that.
We did a reaction to it. Then you got Bone Thugs and Harmony. Of course, that was a big hit for them. They were number 1 with the Crossroads. Another big video and a big hit in 1996, as you can see right here, is Tupac in the left corner with California Love. And the funny thing about it on side B was How Do You Want It? So that was another big hit from Tupac. But in the bottom right corner, as you can see here, is Alanis Morissette. That was a huge song from her called Ironic. The album was called Jagged Little Pill. I will admit, I watched this video. I freaking loved it, and I love the song. And Alanis Morissette had a huge year in 1996. But before we continue on with more music, what are you guys' thoughts about these videos that you see here?
I mean, the Spice Girls, like if you go back and look at our reaction, we talk about how they had the world in the chokehold. Like I used to work for the YMCA, and every kid and every girl in there wanted to listen to the Spice Girls. Tupac, though, California Love, How Do You Want It? Great. No, shout out to Tupac. He died that year. R.I.P. to him. I do have an unpopular take. I never liked Crossroads, yo. That song
Really?
got on
Okay.
my nerves from. I hated that song.
Hey, I got an unpopular opinion too. I didn't like California Love. I can't stand that song. I don't like it. But that's my unpopular opinion.
What's the worst take, Ollie? Hating California Love or hating Crossroads?
Crossroads. You on mute?
Yeah, I think you guys both suck equally. But that's
okay. We'll
take it. Y'all both fucking suck. Y'all don't sit here hype up the Spice Girls.
I hype it up. We just said it had a struggle, yo.
I seen the video, yo. Y'all was like, you don't do all that shit.
It's a good video.
You got to like motherfucking Crossroads is motherfucking time out. Crossroads is motherfucking classic video.
It's a classic video.
Yo, Uncle Charles, motherfucker. Yo, shout out to Uncle Charles. God damn, yo.
They killed my Uncle Charles, dog.
No, was his eyes were black? I was like, I mean, California Love is definitely a classic as well, yo. Man, shout out to my boy Big Derek. West Coast Wednesdays. We always started West Coast Wednesdays with California Love. And you can say, I can see why you don't like it if you don't like it, because it don't really have that much rapping on it. But motherfucker Tupac rode that beat. Like, I ain't a big Tupac fan, but if you listen to the song, Tupac rode that shit, hard.
And Roger Troutman.
Pause.
Yeah.
But and the other thing, go back to Macarena, yo. The Macarena was fucking on fire, yo. Like, I gotta say, it's funny because like I said, just came back from this trip in Mexico. Like, one of the games was like when you did something, you had to do the Macarena first, yo. And y'all don't act like y'all don't know the motherfucking Macarena.
I mean, I know it.
Here comes a trap. I don't care if nobody with the chat. Somebody with the chat. Don't do it with me. No, Macarena. No, Macarena. Oh, I fucked up. No, Macarena. Hey, Macarena.
All right.
Fuck that shit. That shit's fire. Whether you like it or not, there's a reason it was a global hit, yo. And every sports stadium, every party, every work event, that expand everything, and everybody was doing it, man.
You know why everybody? Because it was the easiest fucking dance to do in the world. If you have an easy dance, and
you just ain't doing it just now.
No, because I hate this shit. I'm not gonna do shit.
And I just fucked it up. It was so complicated.
Right. So that say more about you, about your dancing skills. But no, but shout out to them. On a serious note, I think if you make a song and
Macarena,
you will be solidified in history, yo. Just like walk like an Egyptian.
Macarena.
All that shit, yo.
Macarena. Oh, Macarena.
Nah, man. It was. That's his formula. You make a dance and a song.
It was huge. I didn't know. I knew it was huge, but I didn't know it was that big. I mean, it was big. Number one. Had no idea it was that big. But I will say this: it wasn't my favorite song, but there was another song that came out that didn't go to number one, but has lasted generations and has become so popular from the movie Magic Mike. Pony from Genuine, yo. This guy Genuine came out with this song Pony, produced by my man Timbaland. This is his first single, actually. The video, I'm not going to front. The video was pretty good. The song is freaking fire. And the song is so fire that they play it on every Magic Mike movie. You're going to hear this song. I thought this song was freaking great. So I just wanted to highlight that. Like, look, there are some things that came out in 1996 that have stood the test of time. The Macarena is not one of them, but this is. Yeah. Pony has stood the test of time, yo. So,
well, Macarena has, like I literally said, as at a resort.
True, it does play at games. That's right. You're right.
What nobody doing Pony at the resort with Ali? You know what I'm saying?
Pony's a good song.
No, but look, I will say this though. Me and my daughter had this conversation last week while I was taking her to work, Genuine doesn't get enough flowers, yo. And when I say that is because, yeah, there's some people, like, I think he's divided some people because some people thought he was corny. The girls loved him because he could sing and dance and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But his music is undeniable, yo. Like, he's got hits. Like, him and Timbaland together is magic. Him, Missy had a strong pen, wrote some shit for him. Massive, yo. You know what I mean? But no, I like the song. I can't. It's a guilty pleasure song of mine. It's not a bad song.
It's not a guilty pleasure for me. I love this song. I bought the album. It's a great album, but it's produced by Timbaland, so that's why it is good. It's a good album.
Yeah, I can't lie. I never heard the Genuine album, but the song is fire. Let's
do it. Y'all know this song. Right. I forget what song say. My saddles waiting. Coming.
I said blazing.
Oh, my saddle's blazing. See, I don't know. Shit.
But you know what's funny though? Music like then you can have that you can't talk about sex. Like now it's so explicit that like, hey girl, come jump on this dick. You know what I'm saying? Versus my saddle's here, come jump on it. The innuendo is missing in today's music, yo. You know
well, we're going to go to somebody that did talk about sex and set the stage for what is these female rappers of today. And we got to give her her flowers. And we are going to give her her flowers here on this channel right now. Here we go. Oh, damn it. You switching. You switching again.
All you had to do was add to the stage. Like you already had.
Already added to the stage.
No, because you.
All right, here we go. Here we go, brother. Let's give Lil Kim her flowers, man. This album came out in 1996. The debut album of the American rapper Lil Kim debuted on November 12th, 1996. Came out the first week, number 11 on the Billboard charts, sold 78,000 copies. Then after that, double platinum. I mean, the thing with Lil Kim is you don't have Nicki Minaj, you don't have Cardi B, you don't have Sexy Red, you don't have any of these Megan Thee Stallion, you don't have any of these rappers without Lil Kim.
So you gotta keep that
this album came out in 1996.
I don't know why. Dog, trust me, I did a picture with it, and it was like, boom, you got flagged, yo. You can't have that picture. The one picture that you had on your poster. You can't make it big. Yo.
Okay. Let's go.
I doubt it probably wasn't just because it's so small, but yeah, you can't have the motherfucking punch, the camel toe, like the motherfucking punch.
That was on the inside.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. No, it's like that's not the picture for you to.
Yo, I'm gonna say this.
We keep it small. You good?
About Lil Kim. This is probably Picture it. Older Man University, 1996 show. Me and Ollie stayed at EE6. Corey, Craig, Key stayed at EE5. This was probably the only female album that we played like it was like a male album. Like we played Lil Kim. A couple songs on Lil Kim when we about to go party, yo. Like, you about to hit the streets. There was a couple songs we played. This album was a great album, yo. It was a great album. And you know, really? I think like what you kind of alluded to, Corey, she set the tone for female MCs using their sexuality.
And not being afraid to be that way.
Because before that, like you had your Queen Latifahs, you had your MC Lights.
Yeah, your Moni
Loves.
Yeah, Moni Love, you know, MC Light. It was different, you know.
Yeah.
Lil Kim was definitely on fire, yo. I mean, she definitely had the image, you know, and everybody had that poster. Like all the dudes had that poster. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they all had it.
Yeah, and I mean,
and the girls loved it too because she said what they was thinking.
She's just about that thing, yo. You know what I mean? So, and then Angel said it like the song naming all dreams, looking all this.
That was a great song. Angel was naming all the R&B groups. Yes, great song.
Yeah, Angel. I'm sure she was getting down with the Lil Kim, like the man. She's Lil Kim was a little naughty, yo. She was that. So
she pulled that because you know what, you play some Lil Kim around girls, you can start they freakism come out of them, yo. Cause they start singing that shit word for word. You like, oh,
yeah,
for real? Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
but
were singing them words a little too confident. Yo. You'd be like, okay.
it's definitely a classic album, though. You know what I'm saying? Shout out
It
to
is.
Big, because Big, you know, executive producer, I think. Well, Puff might have claimed it, but basically it was a Biggie album with just Lil Kim rapping it, and she did it well, yo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
shout
definitely
out to
agree,
that.
yo. But it's funny though, like, cause you know she like her album was Freak Nasty and all that stuff. Everybody liked it, but there was another song that came out in '96 that had the girls. They start singing that shit word for word. Was Akinelli. Put it in your mouth. Came out in
put it in your mouth.
1996.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm like, I've never in my life seen something that set all these girls off. They sung that shit word for word, yo.
Yeah,
when
that
start off in
the
the beginning, she's singing all slow and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Then they start talking about other stuff, yo. It was 96 was a wild year, yo.
It was a wild year, man. Great year of music, and we're just touching the tip of the iceberg with all the stuff.
You can taste it.
I know you can't even sing the words, but everybody knows what you're saying, though. Yes. Great stuff.
Also, be even knowing the words.
Nah, I mean, shit. Everybody knew the words of that shit. They play that shit all the time, yo.
Yeah, great year. We're going to transition into some more iconic things that happened in 1996. We're going to transition away from music and go into.
Hold up. Before we get off music, yo, some people name.
Yeah.
And this is Jabbar. He put it in here a couple times. I know you appreciate this story.
Thank you, Corey. How you gonna transition off New Edition coming together, yo?
All right, look, in '96, New Edition finally reunited for the Home Again album. That's right, they did. I was excited about that. And Jabbar, I went to see them when they came into the area for the tour. So I did. I went to see them, but I caught them before they broke up. So I got lucky because I didn't know this, but halfway through the legs of the tour, they split. So I got the beginning part of the tour where they were still together. But there was something funny that happened at that tour that I could see the Easter eggs of them breaking up, because at the very end of the show, there was a particular song that they were singing together, and Bobby was singing his part a little too long. And everybody else left the stage because they were pissed off, and Ralph was trying to get Bobby off the stage. And I remember him saying, "Come on, man, come on." And he was still out there. So the seeds were being planted early because there was a particular set that was supposed to end.
Was it getting planned early, or it was always there? Because that shit happened.
It probably was always there, but yeah, it didn't take a whole lot before that it blew up.
This album was a good album to read, because so I was playing basketball all the time. So in the locker room, we played two songs all the time. We played "Hit Me Off" all the time.
"Hit Me Off," yeah.
What we really played every day was "You Don't Have to Worry."
Yes, the remix.
The remix with Missy on it. Oh my god.
The remix.
Oh
my god. No, you didn't, bro.
Corey was a part of the group. Corey was part of the group.
I'm officially a part of the group, yo. Yes. Oh shit. How did you ass? Yes, so yeah, that's me, man, with New Edition. I was working at a radio station at the time, and they came in. I was huge fans of them, but I didn't want to pretend like I was a huge fan. I stayed in that studio with them for 3 hours while they were being asked questions. I sat my ass in the corner because I didn't even want them to know I was there. And right before they were about to leave, I asked them, "Could you guys take a picture with me?" And that's the picture they took. And best day of my life.
Actually,
you got me, yo. You got me.
Took it down. I'm gonna put it back up. I'll put it back up at the end of the joint, yo. But yeah, that shit was. Yo, I remember when Corey, when I first saw that picture, I was like, "Yo, Corey, why you look like you in the group? Like you was in I was like, "Yeah." That shit's fire, yo. That shit's fire, yo.
Yeah, they were so cool. They were so cool to do
I ain't really a jealous dude, but I was jealous when I saw that picture.
Yeah, I love
New Edition. I've seen New Edition like 5 times in my life, yo. Like My wife and I, we seen them. We went to Constitution Hall in DC. It was New Edition and Jodeci, or Casey and JoJo.
Okay.
So I've never seen so many black people having so much fun like that. Meaning, like dancing in the aisle, singing word for word, the love that they got. It was so crazy because New Edition come out together.
They put on a great show.
Then they come and do their solo shit.
Yeah.
The BBD came out with they airbrush jackets doing Poison. Oh my
doing
God.
Poison, yes.
Yeah.
Love it, man.
Yeah.
Well,
also.
Okay. Go ahead.
Just real quick, just run through. Return to Mac Monster. Return to the Mac.
We got to review that. Love this song.
Yeah.
And there's another one.
Good song.
Woo-ha! Got you all a check.
Busta Rhymes. Yes.
Got you all a check.
I think the first time I saw this.
Even greater video.
The first time I saw this, I think me and Ollie was standing at Rogers. You remember downstairs at Rogers, they had the TV down in the first floor. And that was the first time I ever saw Busta Rhymes' Woo-Ha video. He had like a yellow on. Everybody was just standing around watching that shit, yo. That shit,
the video was incredible.
With the lens going all crazy, the fish lens. Yeah.
Nobody ever seen anything like that before. It was directed by Hype Williams. That video was incredible, yo. And just Busta Rhymes, he was perfect for that video because he's so animated.
That's the best word, animated. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that Busta Rhymes is a living legend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think because he about to go on tour with Missy, yo, and that's coming up. So they about to shut it down, yo. But before we get off music, there's two albums that we got to talk about. Yo, go ahead, but.
Well, I'm just gonna run down this real quick, and then just a quick back to back. Angel dropped some back to back. Celine Dion was a big hit because you love.
She was a big hit in '96. Yes,
and I'm not a big Celine Dion fan, as you can imagine. But one thing I can't admit is like that lady can sing. Like she can hit a note. She can hit a note.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is more my aisle. Keith Sweat, Twisted, Mr. Beggar Man himself. Go ahead. Don't stop saying it now. You can't stop this. Stop, man.
Yo.
Mr. Beggar Man himself, Keith Sweat.
Dog. Crazy. Keith Sweat is a damn living legend, yo. I mean, he might need to shut it down a little bit.
Great song. Touch Me, Tease Me.
Touch me, tease me. Hey. And then Foxy came in with that verse. It was like, ooh.
Oh, yeah.
So, Foxy got two songs that set every party off. This song, Her and Case, and Gotta Get You Home. Two anthems that's going to live forever in the black community, yo.
Yeah.
Like, we hear that. Like, that, ooh, baby.
Great song.
Yeah.
And Jabbar, man, nice pick, man. Blackstreet Another Level. That was a great album.
That was No Diggity.
No Diggity was their single off that album. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Great album. I had that album. Listened to that a lot in college.
Yeah. Two albums that came out in '96 that we can't gloss over, yo. Fuji's The Score. Fuji's The Score was a great album. I listened to it recently. It's a good album. But this album right here, Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt, from front to back, one of the top 5 albums of my lifetime, hip hop albums of my lifetime. But it spawned a debate. We spent a lot of hours yelling and screaming at each other over Brooklyn's Finest. Who had the best?
Brooklyn's Finest,
Biggie or Jay-Z?
Who won?
Everybody was going word for word, ball for ball. Said Jay got him, Big got him, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, this album, Jay-Z debut album, is probably one of the biggest hip hop albums, debut albums ever.
Yeah,
and
I can agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I play this album with that.
I play this album to death still, yo.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, go ahead. I'm just sitting there thinking about all the stuff on that album.
I remember. Like, wow. I mean, it wasn't in '96, but later in life, me and my boy Bone Tone, we stayed together. It was like a little one bed, well, not one bed, 2 bedroom, but one level. Like, you know what I mean? All the apartments was one level. Mm-hmm. And the kids used to be running around, and our little computer was right by the joint. And I played Jay-Z every day. But the kids used to come by our window so they could hear like rap music or whatever. because they'd be like dancing like little kids. But they used to be like, "Oh, he just playing Jay-Z again," like because I play that shit every day. Like they'd be like, "Yo, that's just is crazy." And come on, man, Phenom, you all know Biggie got the best verses. Like, if Biggie won't the best, what? Look, Biggie did all the ad-libs. That's how I know Biggie is one.
Well, I didn't pick a side. I still don't know.
He literally did all the admins. Oh, I said admins. All the ad-libs. I think I'm at work. Are you an admin for your computer?
But Beans was the biggest Jay-Z stan back then. You know what I'm saying? So he was really arguing with dudes about who had the best one. But then It Was Written came out, and that kind of pushed Reasonable Doubt to the side a little bit because Summer 96 was probably one of my favorite years because shout out to Anton. We used to go to Virginia Beach like every weekend, yo.
Nice.
And we used to like Anton used to play this shit when we ride down there to Virginia Beach oceanfront.
Yeah, It Was Written slept on just because of Illmatic. It Was Written might be better than Illmatic sometimes. Like Illmatic is the first, so it's always like the birth. So you know what I mean?
But I think you said it right sometimes because it depends on the day.
Depends on the day. It was Written got some hits, like literally. That's
I Gave You Power.
I Gave You Power. You know what I mean? If I Ruled the World, of course, his biggest song ever. Song. You know what I mean?
Affirmative Action. I like that one.
Affirmative. But yeah, It Was Written was crazy back and forth. I mean, back to back, all over.
Yeah. And also, Backstreet Boys came out in '96.
Dog.
I love Backstreet Boys.
I don't know how I feel about Backstreet Boys. I mean, I guess
what
did they say I Want It That Way, or that them?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do like that song.
Want it that way.
I do like that.
Ain't nothing.
Tell me why it ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why.
Okay.
That's all I know. I know that it was like by a plane or some shit doing.
They're by a plane in the white clothes,
shirts blowing in the wind and shit.
Yeah, because they, and actually Backstreet Boys was out before then, but they really started pushing hard in '96.
No, they debuted in '96. I looked it up. That their debut album was '96.
So was it? That's when they had the song "Everybody."
Nah,
I think that was later.
Yeah, that was later on after They Already Blew.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, that was the big hit. I Want It That Way.
Backstreet's
and
back.
Everybody. Backstreet's back. Yeah. Backstreet's back. Oh my God, we're back again.
Everyone's
gonna hear me now.
But this is why you might have thought they were out earlier, because they had 2 albums. Because I did see a thing about them one day I was watching it, like because they toured overseas for a long time before they came to the States. Like that was your boys, the fat white dude with the glasses, Perlman. That put him on it because he did that with all his groups. He would take them overseas and get them seasoned up, and then bring them back to the States. You know what I mean?
Okay. Makes sense. Yeah, damn, Backstreet Boys. But look, the Backstreet Boys will be coming in the 90s when their hits were really big because TRL is a really big reason why those hits were big. And TRL comes in later in the 90s. So trust me, we're going to get there because TRL was huge in the 90s. We all know it was. Yeah. Another thing that was huge in the 90s, well, we're going to transition so we can get to the other parts of what happened in the 90s, just touching on some things. The NWO was formed in the 90s. So if you don't know what the NWO is, we do, and many other people do. But if you don't know what the NWO is, you know who the guy in the middle is. The guy in the middle is Hulk Hogan. So in July 7th of 1996 at Bash of the Beach, Hulk Hogan turns heel. And if you don't know what heel means, it means he turns to a bad guy. He puts a leg drop on one of his best friends in the biz. I'm saying that hyper funny wise, but Randy Savage. He puts a drop leg kick on Randy Savage, pins him, and he joins these bad guys at the time, the Outsiders, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, and they become the New World Order, brother. And pretty much from that, man, nobody expected it. that this was ever going to happen, because Hulk Hogan is like the quintessential good guy. You know, say your prayers, eat your vitamins. You know, brother, I would say my prayers, eat my vitamins, brother. You know, these 21-inch pythons and all that. This guy turned bad. He turned to Hollywood Hogan and set the world on fire. And actually, if you go back to this previous scene, which I think I can pull it up here for a second.
That was the same when he turned.
You can actually see all the trash.
Yeah.
On the people were mad as shit.
They're all touching the ring.
They're throwing all kinds of cups and trash and all kinds of stuff in the ring because people were pissed that he turned heel. But this was a real pivotal part in pop culture history because Hulk Hogan, we all know, is a good guy and he turned bad. What are you guys' thoughts about the NWO before we don't got to spend a lot of time with this? Was just something really big that happened in '96. What's your thoughts, James?
It was good. Shout out to Sam, yo. Sam used to bring us on NWO t-shirts all the time, yo. 40 the t-shirt shot of Virginia Beach, yo.
Yeah.
I mean, they had to turn because WWF was killing at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They was really hitting their stride. They definitely rivaled them at the time. I know with us, you know, we at 8 o'clock from 8 to 11, we watching flipping back and forth in each other's apartments, just trying to figure out, you know, what's going on. You know what I mean? I think it was time for Hulk Hogan to turn bad because he was good guy all his career, and I think he just wanted a career change, yo, get a little bit of longevity. So
I mean, it was definitely like shit, one of the best moves as a company they could have thought of, because I don't even know if I would have been like, yo, let's make them bad. It wasn't even just they made them bad, yo. They made a whole motherfucking movement. It wasn't just like turn the heel, like I know turn on Macho Man and fuck Elizabeth type of shit. It was like, yo, it was a whole movement. Like NWO was fucking shit up, spray painting stuff. Like, you know what I mean? It was everything about NWO. They had the t-shirts. Like, everybody fucking them NWO t-shirts. Like, you know what I mean? It was a movement. It was a movement. Like WCW, they was on fire. I mean, like, this is the only way they could keep up with WWF at that time, you know, with Stone Cold. Yeah, I think WWF has Stone Cold, The Rock.
And The Rock.
That's all you need, them two right there.
I mean, you got them two. They like two Michael Jordans.
Yeah,
for real.
So they had a whole thing going on over there for you that, you know, I mean, for them to keep up, which they were keeping up with it. I mean, you know, this is Monday Night Wars. Like, this NWO thing was serious, man. So shout out to Hogan and all the NWO, man. Razor Ramon.
Razor Ramon and Kevin Nash, or you know, Big Diesel, what he was in the gym, but Kevin Nash and damn, I forgot his name. Kevin Scott Hall.
Scott Hall.
Yeah, Scott Hall. Yeah,
that's Razor Ramon. He always gonna be Razor Ramon. Yeah, all right.
Razor Ramon. Yeah, when he used to do that, Razor Ramon. Had the little toothpick he'll throw at the camera and shit.
Yeah, they did the Stallone shit. Like, hey, yo.
Yeah, used to do that. That's right. Yeah, this was really good. I mean, I love NWO, and I'm telling you, this is the NWO. This is the original NWO. I'm a big wrestling fan, and there's been some arguments out there. These three are NWO. Not when they got fucking X-Pac, not when they got the Big Show. It's these three. When they got X-Pac and all them, I was like, look, this is NWO. These three right guys, Hogan and the Outsiders, were killing it when they were NWO, man. And the chemistry was really good. And who would have ever known that Hogan would be so good at being bad? I think that was the thing. He was so good at it. It was crazy.
But I would say this. You got to think, this is Monday Night Raw. They were beating NFL football on Monday Night Football.
That's true.
Like, wrestling was through the roof at that time. And, you know, NFL is the NFL. I mean, the NFL was big, but it's a mega industry now. But back then, it was still a big thing. It did get great ratings, but wrestling just took it to the next stratosphere, yo. Like, they was crushing everybody in the ratings, yo.
And I got to say, with Vince, this stuff brought me back to wrestling as a young adult. And this with it for us, too, because, like, at least for me, I should say for us. I'll speak for me personally. Like, I fell off of it. I was off of wrestling. Like, of course, as a kid, I was big into it. Boom, boom, boom. I fell off of it. You know what I mean? I was like, yo, man, wrestling fake. Fuck wrestling, this and that. You know what I mean? I'm out here trying to get some girls, play some ball, do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. yo, this shit, you know, it's the male soap opera. Like this shit just brought us all back into it. Everybody, when you were it brought new fans, old fans, all types of fans. It just brought everybody back, yo. So yeah, I can't lie. It definitely brought me back. You know,
same here. I mean, I watched wrestling in the 80s, and there's a good 5-6 year time frame when I just fell off because it wasn't interesting. It just wasn't good. And they needed some new blood. And Vince McMahon was still in the old golden age of wrestling, still wanting to hang on to fucking Brutus Beefcake and Jake the Snake Roberts and, you know, Ultimate Warrior, giving him 10 chances to finally do it. And he can't do it because he blowing himself up 5 minutes and before he even get to the ring,
I know.
Running to the ring and shit.
He can do this shit. By the time the match started, he tired as fuck.
Before the match started, he done blew the fuck up. He tired before the match even started.
Face paint all worn out already.
I mean, shout out. Ultimate Warrior had a great gimmick, great look.
Yeah, I love those.
Couldn't really wrestle.
Yeah,
and
I just saw on IG like somebody was like they did the story about the Ultimate Warrior. He tore his drawers with Vince McMahon because he wasn't going to show up because he wanted $500,000, and Vince McMahon felt like he was being extorted, and that was the end of the Ultimate Warrior after that.
Yeah,
I mean,
the Ultimate Warrior's head got too big. I mean, that's what it was.
Because he wanted Hogan money. And he's not.
He won Hogan.
He wasn't Hogan. Yeah. Nobody's Hogan. You know what I'm saying? But like to piggyback what Ollie said, I fell off of it too. I didn't fall back onto it until we got to college. And then, you know, having 20 dudes in an apartment watching TV, flipping back and forth.
We were
flipping
back and forth from each channel because you didn't want to miss something.
Yeah,
because they both were live.
Yeah, I mean, we was watching our jump. I know the girls below us was getting mad at us for jumping up and down and being loud all night, yo. But it was good.
Great stuff.
Yeah, and shout out to Karen. Karen, you're not a little old lady. You're still young to me, young and fresh. But she said, little old ladies have always been huge wrestling fans. They do, man. Them little,
they be out there.
sit in the crowd. They be like, they be talking that shit.
They be cussing that shit.
If you look in the crowd, you will see just as many women in that crowd as dudes. I'm serious. There's a lot of women out there that are huge wrestling fans. Absolutely.
And I ain't gonna lie, they had two old ladies wrestling too. Fabulous Moolah was out there and Mae Young.
Oh yeah, Mae Young. Oh, that's a throwback.
Mae Young was wearing lingerie and shit. And I remember once she did the Rikishi or somebody. I think like Kurt Angle or something. And she did the X-Pac shit when she was riding his face with the cornea. Oh my god!
Crazy.
I don't know if y'all remember this episode of Raw, but there was an episode of Raw where the Dudley Boys was on there, and Bubba Ray Dudley picked up Mae Young and put her to the table.
Her old ass.
Get the table. The crowd was like, "Oh, you really want to put this on me?"
Yo, that's crazy, man. That's crazy when you think about it.
It was crazy. Wow, good stuff, man. Good stuff. Look, this is wrestling is hot right now. So every year, 90s, we're going to have to touch on wrestling because it's pretty hot. But another thing that came out hot in well, not in wrestling, but at this particular year, god damn it, here we go. Nintendo, but not just any Nintendo. The Nintendo 64 came out in 1996. Ooh. Man, this has some good games, really good games, some really classic games that are still going on to this day. Mario Kart is one of them. One of the biggest games that sold on Nintendo 64 at the time was The Legend of Zelda, which was called the Icarus of Time. And Super Mario 64 was a huge game that came out. But that Mario Kart is still being played to this day. So this is kind of like to let you know the technology that came out in 1996, and also Windows 95. Even though it came out in 95, it took off in 96. So shout out to Windows because you made a whole lot of lives a lot easier in 96 when businesses started to gravitate towards this product and actually use it. And then it became more accessible to folks like us in 96. So these were two great things of technology-wise that came out in 96. You guys can touch on this for a little bit as far as your memories in this, and then we'll move on to the next thing. Phoenix, I go to you.
I remember Nintendo making my grades go bad, yo, in college.
The 64,
Because we used to play GoldenEye to death
Yes.
on the 64.
Yeah.
Mario
Yeah.
Kart, obviously, and like shout out to let me take that shot back out. Take that shot out back. We had a roommate. I ain't gonna say his name, yo.
I know his name. I know.
But he had a Nintendo 64, yo.
Yes.
And he would lock that bitch up like he'll let us play it occasionally. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But we used to go in the room and just try to beat a track with Mario Kart. But the tie wrestling and Nintendo 64 together, we used to play WCW Revenge.
Ooh, that was a good one.
That game was probably one of the best wrestling games in the world, yo.
I would agree.
And the WWE one had a good one too, the rivaled it. But we used to do that shit. But Nintendo 64 was a game changer. Like that Mario Kart and GoldenEye.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't play like sports games on this shit. We played it on the PlayStation, but we played those games. We had we had 4 controllers. You lose off the stick.
Yeah, you could do 4 controllers. That was new. The 4 controllers. If every 4 people been able to play at the same time, and then the Nintendo 64 made it 360. Nobody had ever seen a 360 game before, so it was revolutionary in so many ways. What about you, Ali? What are your thoughts on this stuff?
Really echo. I mean, just echo everything y'all said. I mean, the Nintendo 64, of course, was a game changer, classic. You know what I mean? Mario Kart and every other thing. Mario Kart was I can talk. Probably my favorite game. I mastered Mario Kart. Like to do the rainbow joint, boom. I used to go off the track.
Rainbow Road.
Boom, like we usually have to beat the ghosts. I got to the point where I could beat the ghosts. The ghosts every time. Like literally, when I said I was addicted to Mario, if they would have had like Mario Kart competitions, I think I would have did all right. Like that because that's the game I played the most. Like even now today, like we got the Xboxes and shit. Like only thing I really play is Gran Turismo. I just play racing games. Like that's my favorite. So yeah, Mario Kart. Ooh. But
Mario Kart was good. It's still one of the most popular games to this day. It is a great game.
Oh yeah, and guess what? They dropped it on the Switch like a couple years ago. They haven't dropped another one. They might update a track or two, like for download.
Yeah, they have it. It's the same. Yeah, we got it.
It's the same shit, yo. Like we play as a family, yo. Shout out to my nephew, yo. F that nigga, yo. I cannot beat him in Mario Kart, yo. Like I've spent hours trying to beat this cat, yo, and I cannot do it, yo.
See, that's when they got to the point where I was just using different characters and shit. Like I used to be able to play it depends. Like if I was really racing, I was gonna do either Mario or Luigi. Luigi was I'd do Mario. When I just fuck around, I do Bowser. He's slow as shit. Him and Donkey Kong. But once you get him up to speed, like you can get him up, you just can't fuck up once you get him up to speed.
Right.
But what I call my daily driver was Yoshi. Yoshi was my daily driver. Yoshi was just like
You was good, man. You was messing with all different kind of people on.
I play with everybody, but Yoshi was like my daily driver. But when it came down, like when it was just like racing, like versus like the tracks and shit to set the records, it was Mario.
That's what's up. Shout out to the retro man Randy Savage that I bought Nintendo 64 to play GoldenEye. You ain't the only one, brother, because we all played GoldenEye a lot. That game was revolutionary too. So
if I'm not mistaken, I think this comment means he bought it recently. Because if he bought it back then, everybody had it. But if he said that he bought it just
did you buy it recently?
If he bought it,
God!
I might be reading it wrong. Might be inferring. But they got GoldenEye on Switch, yo.
Yeah, I was gonna say you ain't no be able to buy it right now. Like you guys got to
get a subscription to the Switch because they got it on the Switch.
No, I'm talking about to buy a 64. You can't buy no 64 like right now.
You can buy it off of eBay or something.
Yeah, eBay. But I wouldn't even trust them shit. So I think people just doing it.
Well, man, this was great.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
1996, great year, man. Nintendo 64, classic, man. Classic. That was probably one of the best consoles Nintendo done, and that's pretty much it with that. So we're going to move on to some other pop culture things that happen in sports. We're going to kind of glaze over this, but just kind of let everybody know what's going on. Excuse me. So here we go.
Cue up the picture, Corey. Is the picture cute?
It's queued up.
All right.
Here we go. Oh, I gotta get rid of that part because it's kind of covering it, but that's okay. All right, thank you. The 1996 Olympic Games were in Atlanta, so that was pretty huge for something. Got to talk about the Summer Olympics. But the one unfortunate thing that did happen at the Summer Olympics, they did have a tragic bombing that happened, unfortunately. So we got to at least talk about that. Also in 1996, as far as sports goes, Tiger Woods turned professional, and this dude dominated right out the gate. I mean, straight up out the gate, winning several PGA tours, and he was dominating. Couldn't nobody touch him, seriously. And also another big sports thing that happened in 1996, the Chicago Bulls. This was the year that they had got Dennis Rodman, which was pretty iconic because it's like, wait a minute, Dennis Rodman on the Bulls? How is this going to work? Well, it fucking worked, because this was in 96, they won a championship, which was the first of their second go around of a three-peat, or their second three-peat. So before we move on from sports, those are three major things that happened here as far as sports. What are you guys' thoughts on this, man? I'm sure you guys are probably going to talk about the Bulls mostly, but what are your thoughts on this, man? Tiger Woods and the Bulls.
I mean, I would say this, show F Tiger Woods, man.
What?
Dog, I'm mad. I'm forever mad at Tiger Woods because he's 3 majors away from breaking Jack Nicklaus' record. He was on track to just demolish it.
He was on track to demolish that record. Yeah.
But I would say this though. I think part of it is him being a late bloomer in life when it comes to like the ladies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because he was on.
He got sidetracked. Yeah.
Like when you rich and they throwing it at you.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is his roster wasn't even like celebrity rosters. He was dating like Hooters chicks and stuff like that.
He was dating girls at MTV Spring Break.
Yeah, he was on that type shit. But in seriousness, like Tiger Woods, like for I guess a black man, he don't really say he black, but
yeah.
But somebody of color to dominate a predominantly white sport and still get love. That's the thing. Like, real people really gravitated towards Tiger Woods because he was a great golfer.
So people love a winner.
They love a winner.
Yeah, and they didn't think he was going to do it at first, though. He had skeptics. He had a lot of skeptics because they were talking about this great kid coming out. It's like, he's not going to be able to do it in the pros. And he came out and crushed it. And right, Ollie's right. They love a winner, but you couldn't deny it. Whether he was a person of color or whatever he wants to say. He was a phenomenal golfer. He was bringing more eyes to the game that had been in the game of golf in years. Yeah, people were coming to watch the game of golf because of Tiger Woods.
Even now, even when he got hurt and came back, the ratings jumped up because it was the Tiger Woods effect.
Yeah,
everybody wanted to watch Tiger. So.
Rising tide, everybody got paid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, Tiger I fuck with Tiger. He did his thing, man. He was wilding. I just don't understand, after he got caught up in all the shit, he should have just went ahead and been free, I don't know why he went through the whole, like, I'm a sex addict and all. Just be like, I'm rich, I'm young, I like to fuck. Let me get this divorce. The divorce is coming anyway. Like, this motherfucker just be the playboy and keep on playing. Yeah. But, I mean, all that shit was crazy with the crash and everything. That was wild.
That wasn't good either. Yeah.
I mean, it is fucked up though. He got hurt. Like he had like the injuries and shit. So that kind of
that really set him back.
That set him back. But I mean, I didn't say he was on pace. I mean, he probably still is the greatest golfer ever because he dominated. Like he won by big strokes, Pauls. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Tiger Woods, the man, Corey isn't the man because Corey said some slightly racist shit. I don't know if you heard him say it,
What did he say?
He was like, I'm not talking the Olympics and Tiger Woods and this and that and the Bulls. What's y'all thoughts? Y'all just don't talk about the ball. We all just don't talk about the basketball, you monkeys. I know y'all just want to talk about basketball. So let me just scoot through on.
Y'all want to talk about basketball. Okay, that was. I'm a racist black man against my own people.
No, I'm just fucking with you.
No, that's true. I did.
But I did lie, yo. He said,
"Gotta call a spade a spade." I did. I prejudge y'all.
Who you calling a spade?
Prejudge all you want, because when you said, I was like, yeah, I do just want to talk about something. I was like, you right. That chicken over there looks mighty good.
But it was funny though when Tiger Woods won that Masters. Dude was like, "What you gonna have? Like chicken and grape soda and watermelon?"
Yeah.
Like, and Tiger Woods like, "Nah, we're just gonna have He kind of flipped. He was like, "We're gonna have burgers and milkshakes and shit." That's when I knew Tiger Woods is on some shit. This nigga said he wants some milkshakes and burgers at the Masters. No steak and all that shit. But this Tiger Woods leading to it.
Man, that's trying. I mean,
but before we get to the Bulls dominating the shit, I gotta tie a movie back to Tiger Woods. Because Ali said he should have leaned into I like all this shit. Happy Gilmore, came out in 1996. One of the best, to me, one of the top 5 sport movies in the whole world. I love that movie. But Happy leaned into his shit. That's, everybody started gravitating towards Happy because he wasn't conventional golfing. Mm-hmm. But Shooter McGavin was like, no, we have etiquette, we have rules, we have all this stuff. I need was it a gold jacket? It might have been a gold jacket at Happy Gilmore, you know what I'm saying? But I'm with Ali, He should have leaned into the shit. I'm saying I think people still would have loved him because they love winners. If he would have been out there, the bad boy of golf, he still would have had people out there. So
yeah,
true that.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to Pookie.
Yeah, Tiger was the GOAT, man. I agree. I think he's greatest of all time, especially when it comes to golfing. I mean, Jack Nicklaus, the Bear. I mean, I can't take anything away from his accolades in the early years. Look, but Tiger is the GOAT. Tiger's the GOAT, man. Straight up.
Facts.
Snapchat might have saved him if it existed back then. You ain't lying.
He needs to disappear messages. He was fucking up. And then Karen said, this was hilarious. Dave Chappelle played Tiger Woods in the racial draft.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Corey. Oh, yeah, you know what? Oh, yeah. I mean,
I haven't watched Dave Chappelle.
I gotta watch that. That's, the racial draft is funny as hell,
Funny as hell.
Hey, I gotta watch that.
He came out, he was like, I've always wanted to say it. Can I say
it?
Karen, thank you for giving us an idea.
Yeah, Karen, you've given us some good thoughts of doing reactions. So we're going to put that down and we're going to do that. So stay tuned. That'll be coming up on the channel. Yeah. So about the Bulls, man, I think this was one of the most unexpected, but one of the best things that could have happened to the Bulls. This was a new Bulls team. This wasn't the Bulls team of old that had, John Paxson and BJ Armstrong and Bill Cartwright that couldn't half do shit. This is a brand new Bulls team with Phil Jackson. I mean, and it's fantastic. Who would have ever thought Dennis Rodman is with Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, and it worked. It worked. And to this day, man, Mike and Scott and Dennis Rodman are like better friends than Mike and Scottie, which is crazy.
I mean, you blame him? I mean, like Scottie felt like Mike shitted on him in the Last Dance, and then Mike was kind of
was engaged. They were engaged.
Having relations with
his ex-wife,
Pippen.
The mother is his kids. His son is fucking the mother. His son is fucking the mother of his kids.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
There's no coming back.
What did y'all think about this, man? With Dennis Rodman on the Bulls, do you think this is peak Mike here? Peak Mike, 96 to 98 when they won the three-peat.
I'm looking at the Bulls roster back then, so I'm a kind of argue a little bit with you because this is the same Bulls team in my opinion. You still had Mike, you still had Scottie, got rid of Horace Grant but brought in Dennis Rodman, who was a little. He gave you more rebound in the defense than Horace Grant, but Horace Grant still did his thing. But all the other pieces, Tony Kukoc, Luke Longley, John Sally, Dickie Simpkins, Bill Worth. Yes, I can sit here. This is the 72 and 10 team. They went 95, 96.
This is a way better Bulls team than they ever had. He got Tony Kukoc, man. I mean, he couldn't shine on this team because there was already 3 greats on the team. But Tony Kukoc is a great player. He was the
he was good. Option. I mean, he's definitely great. I like Tony Kukoc. The 95-96 Bull team, 72 and 10.
Don't forget, you had Steve Kerr on the team too.
Steve Kerr. So yeah, he had a lot of role players. But I look at it this way. When I look at Jordan's teams, he didn't have super teams, Joe, in my opinion. He had Scottie Pippen.
Oh, come on. Are you serious?
Dog. Michael Jordan. This is why somebody put in there about the
he got 2 Hall of Famers on his team, Phoenix.
Oh, of course, Joe. I mean, a lot of
Robin was the last year. Like you just said, it was last year. Yeah. Last 2 years? No, last year. Last 2 years. He had 4 titles before Robin came.
Yeah. So Jordan was elevating his teams all the way. You just need to keep up with him.
I mean,
that's my opinion.
Pippen is definitely like super great to me. Pippen is definitely super,
the reason.
I mean, but I'm just saying, but the drop off after that, like he named him Luke Longley. You can be like Tony Kukoc was good. Tony Kukoc was all right. Like yeah, he was all right. Like this fucking Tony Kukoc ain't shit.
I would say he's not shit, but he never. I don't think he was.
He
couldn't shine on this team because you already got Mike.
No, Tony Kukoc. He could have left. He ain't no shine nowhere. He was good. He was a third option.
He didn't want to leave.
He was a third because he knew his role. He knew his role.
Yeah,
but don't be like exactly like he's so great he couldn't shine. No, he couldn't shine because he was never going to shine.
Look, you gotta if you know your role, you do have to understand. Okay, I'm not going to score 30 points now. I'm going to score 15.
But don't say I can't shine. No,
that's my role.
No, 15 is his limit. Don't be like I can't.
That's the ceiling.
Don't be like I can't shine. Like I can't shine because I mean when you got the choice to go shine. Like no.
So hypothetically, he knew his place because that moment we all seen it. Pippen don't want to go in the game because he pissed off at Phil Jackson. Coach is like, Tony, you take the shot. Because Tony is good, he didn't have a problem taking the shot.
Yeah, I mean,
and they won.
It was a bad shot. I mean, it was a luck shot. It was like a 30 feet bank shot, but it was great. I mean, but yes. But that's the thing. If you like, I'll go back to this.
I'm just saying. I mean, look at the Luke Longleys.
No, I'm about to go to Ross.
When you go down that route, they're all bad.
But listen, when Phenom said Steve Kerr, he was like, "Oh yeah, Steve Kerr." Like Steve Kerr, whoa shit. Steve Kerr can shoot. He was the role
player. He was
like
the role player.
The rollest of role players. I don't even know if that's the rolliest.
Dog. It's funny because they had.
I'm gonna get out of this. Let
me go over to Ross. And this is why I say the 72-10 Bulls team. They had a great mixture of people. So they had Randy Brown, Judd Buechler. Stop me from name an all-star.
Hold up, Randy Brown.
Randy Brown.
Judd Buechler. Do you remember
Judd Buechler? Jason Caffey and his 12 kids. Old ass James Edwards, old Pistons dude.
Pistons. Yeah. Oh, the Buddha. Yeah.
Jack Haley.
Ron
Harper was good. He was good.
Yeah, he played defense.
Ron Harper.
Michael Jordan.
Okay, so
Michael Jordan.
Come on,
Steve Kerr, Tony Kukoc, Luke Longley.
Okay, we get rid
Pippen, Rodman, John Sally, Dickie Simpkins, and Bill Whittington.
I think they had at least.
Don't say you called it a super team though.
I didn't say super team, but I said he had 2 Hall of Famers on his team. Jordan is great. I'm never going to say Jordan is not. Jordan is the GOAT. But what I can't say is Jordan can't win those championships without another great player, and that's Pippen.
But I would say this though. Let's go back.
That's true.
The Celtics had 5 Hall of Famers. The Lakers had 5 Hall of Famers. So teams had more,
but not when Magic was winning those games. When Magic was winning those 5 championships, there were 5 Hall of Famers on that team at the same time.
Oh, James Worthy, Kareem,
Magic, name me.
Motherfucking Michael Thompson, motherfucking Michael Cooper.
Michael Cooper is not in the Hall of Fame.
Well, let me go. You want maybe pull up the Lakers, yo.
I'm talking about Hall of Famers. Michael Cooper is not on. I'm not saying Michael Cooper wasn't great. I'm not saying Byron Scott wasn't great. I'm just talking about Hall of Famers on your team when you win in championships.
He literally has the best you could argue the number one player in ever in
You talking about
Kareem.
Magic or Jordan? I don't know which one you talking about.
Magic.
Kareem. Absolutely. He has the
Kareem was
best player in the league. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was the MVP the previous year when Magic
had
got
Sam
drafted.
Perkins.
Sam Perkins, a great player. He what's the guard? I forget the one that dates Debbie Allen. Kurt Rambis is a great player. None of these guys are they're great players.
What I'm saying is the Lakers, like the Showtime Lakers, had to me on paper had a better roster than the Bulls.
I can go with that. I can agree with
Celtics,
that. Absolutely.
The same way.
You have
like
Michael Cooper, James Worthy, Byron Scott, Kareem, Magic, Rambis. I mean, it was crazy. Yes, they had a way better roster. Yeah,
but that's why I say the 72 Bulls team.
That's all.
The 72 Bulls team is probably the most underrated. I don't think people understand how hard that was to win 72 games, and B, have Jordan elevate a lot of people. Trust me, he needed Pippen. Yeah. He needed all the pieces.
Yeah, he did.
But it was still Jordan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No facts. Do you think this was at Jordan's height? Like he's at the best he could ever be at the league. This was the year after he came back from being
like
out.
11, like technically, 11 years, but take 2 out because of when he took a break. So this is like technically his 9th year.
Yeah.
No, you can take 2 years off and come back and win 3 in a row. Really, they should have won 8 in a row.
They should have won 8 in a row. I would agree. Do you think the Bulls would have won 8 in a row if he didn't leave? And you know what? The argument Kenny Smith always says is that they think they would have won those 2 championships, and I'll be like, nope.
I don't think they would have won 2. They would have won 1.
I think so.
That's a lot of games. Anyway, 8 years.
Somebody had to get knocked off. Yeah,
it's a lot of games.
Who you think would have won? You think it would have been Houston? You think it would have been Olajuwon?
Because Olajuwon was the best player in the league.
He was.
If Jordan played, he would have been the second best player. But I mean, I just think it would have been too many games.
But to Kenny Smith's argument, I don't think it was because they were better than the Bulls. Like Ollie said, I think it's just chances are it's too. You can't win 8 in a row.
It's hard because you're playing all through the playoffs and the finals. That's a lot of games.
But if anybody were to do it, it would have been Jordan. And the thing about it is, the Bulls, like Kenny Smith could say, well, we beat them twice in the regular season. That's the regular season, homie. Playoffs.
That don't really matter. I mean, the Bulls were at top notch. They were better. I just don't think they would have won 8 in a row because that's just too many games. That's too many seasons.
Yeah, but we'll never know, man.
Yeah, but Angel asked who was on the 96 Olympic team. So I'm going to bring it up. We had Charles Barkley, still Anthony Hardaway, Penny, one of my favorite, Grant Hill, one of the biggest what ifs ever. Definitely great Piston, Karl Malone. We don't talk about Karl Malone in this podcast. Shimmy, child molester.
You do this all day.
Reggie Miller. All right, Akeem, Shaq, Gary Payton was getting down, Scottie Pippen, Mitch Richmond, TMC.
Shout out to Mitch Richmond, saw him out in Vegas.
Yeah, David Robinson, throwback, and John Stockton. So they had a solid team in '96.
Yeah, they did have a solid team. Yeah,
so,
real solid team. Who you think would have won, this team or the 90 or the first team?
This team.
This team, I think so.
The first team had a lot of old Bama's.
Okay, like it would have been like 92 in their prime. Yeah. 92 in their prime.
If they was in their prime, then clearly the first team would have won.
Yeah.
But the first team had a lot of older guys on it, like Bird, Magic. Yeah. They were nearly the twilights of their career by that time. Still great, but boy, could you had imagined what they would have been in their prime going to the Olympics?
Let me ask y'all a question. So this Olympic topic. 2 months from now, 2024 Olympics. Are y'all excited about it? Y'all get excited about the Olympics?
I mean, I don't get excited about the Olympics.
I do about the Olympics
once the track stuff starts, like I'll watch. I'll be like, oh shit, the track. Like I'll watch it, but no, I don't like plan my day around and shit.
What about you, Corey?
No. I get excited about certain events if I know a particular person is in that event. So when Michael Johnson was running or Usain Bolt, certain folks I'll get excited about to want to see them in that event. But as far as the Olympics as a whole, I don't get excited about it like that much anymore.
I mean, I think when it comes to basketball, I'm going to watch the basketball. You know what I'm saying? And I like the basketball now because it's more competitive. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it's all you got to sit on your hands and pray that that we come out with a victory. Can't be 88 or 2004. We can't have that.
Yeah.
I do like the gymnastics. I'm interested in seeing Simone Biles do her thing. Sha'Carri Richardson, like you said, people, I want to see her because she didn't get the chance to participate last Olympic go run. I want to see that. But also, they introduced a couple of new. They got breakdancing coming. I don't know how they can score that shit.
What? Breakdancing is becoming a sport in the Olympics?
Yeah.
Breakdancing in the
Olympics. Saw
that. Holy wow.
I will probably watch that.
Shout out to hip hop. Yo, I'm about to tune in.
Yeah.
I got to watch
this. You already know who's going to win. I know now. I know about the races. You know who the winner. Yeah, not the Jabberwocky. But them damn Koreans. Yo, you watch some Koreans breakdance, like they are motherfucking superb as motherfuckers. And I'm racist because I said the Koreans. These goddamn Koreans, them motherfuckers go. Yo, shout out to y'all.
Dancing. Yes.
Like they can dance their ass. They dance their ass off.
B-boying and B-girling they ass off over there. They be breakdancing.
Yeah, I watch it. I'm like, yo, I'll be amazed. You know what I mean? Literally amazed.
They really do. Yeah.
Then they got the
they're doing 3-on-3 this year.
3-on-3 basketball.
Yes, that's new. The 3
and flag football, yo.
Yeah.
Flag football.
And I know it sounds like a racist again. You know who be dominating the women's flag football? Because I'll be seeing the highlights on YouTube.
Ooh.
The Mexicans. Yeah.
Yo, them motherfuckers be no, them girls is nice, Corey. Like, trust me, yo, they will whip our ass. Yo, them girls be nice. But we probably gotta go. We getting late. But before we go too late, I just want to give a shout out to Retro Man, Randy Savage, because he brought out some things. He's big in the sneakers, yo. I didn't think about this. Jordan 11s, the Penny 2s, and then the Sean Kamikaze. They actually had the pair of Kamikazes, you know what I'm saying, the green and white joints, like the Safari shit. And we was getting on Jordan, the man who made Jordan look like a fool, my hometown hero. Bubba Chuck, Allen Iverson with the question. Because, when the question came out, that was Reebok's comeback.
Yes. Yeah.
That was actually decent shoes, yo. Like I like the silhouette, the questions, and the answers. I like both of them. But yeah, I'm partial to Jordan. I got like a ton of Jordans. I love shoes. But them Sean Kemp's, I never had them, but I remember what they looked like.
I like it. I had the one pair. I can't say now, looking back, I probably like it. They look crazy, but I like my Kamikazes, yo.
Like when I played basketball in high school, Kickerton had the Kamikazes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But no, shoot. Oh man, like it's funny because Jordan ain't touched the basketball since 2000.
Yeah, he still selling all the shoes.
I mean, they come out. The Jordan 11 is probably one of the best silhouettes ever. So shout out to Randy Savage for that one, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Shout out to Randy Savage. Well, we're gonna kind of skim through. Go ahead.
I just want to America's Best Dance Shoes, the Jabberwockies doing the hip hop.
Yes.
And shout out to the motherfuckers. I remember on American Best Dance Shoes, they had the motherfuckers.
Yes.
And
I knew they was going to win.
They had motherfucking river dancing up that shit. There's all types of people up there, yo. So shout out to America's Best Dance Crew, yo.
So if you are really a fan of it, you call it ABDC. We used to watch that shit. That's when I watched the Jabberwocky. There's one thing in my life, like I'm good at sports or whatever. I always wanted to be a dancer, yo. I can't dance like that. I could do 2 steps. I could stay on beat and all that shit. But the Jabberwockies was just on another level.
They were.
When it comes to that shit.
No, it was another crew that I thought was better than them, though. I cannot think of their names, though. It's like Super Crew. I think that was their name. Might be.
They're probably from LA too.
Yeah, they used to do like the crazy shit. But I used to fuck with the Super Crew.
Like I one day I went down like a long time ago. I went down the rabbit hole and watched like old Jabberwockies when they was on AB DC. So they are probably the best dance crew ever that I've seen. They're so technical. And the thing about it is, if you ever seen them without their mask, they only got like one black dude in it. The rest of them are like I think might be Filipino, Korean, Asian, like yo, but they lean into the culture so good. They had a residency in Vegas. A dance crew had a regular.
That's true. They did. That's true. I remember going to Vegas some years ago and seeing Big old
Crew.
sign of Jabberwockies. Yeah, they're from Vegas. Okay.
I thought
Super
Super
Vegas.
Crew was, to me, they were the best people up there.
I'm gonna go back and watch. I don't
Jabberwockies.
remember their routines like I remember.
They were better.
Yeah.
The Jabberwockies were more like doing all this shit. I mean, it was nice. Don't get me twisted, but they do all that.
Yeah.
Super Crew had a whole, as far as like putting together the routines, like for the themes and shit. Super Crew was definitely like in it. Karen said her favorite was Quest Crew. I remember Quest Crew too. Quest Crew was nice, yo. They were nice, yo. Because they were good at doing the themes too, like doing the like with the theme, whatever it was they was doing. Yeah, so that's it.
Yeah, but I remember the river dancing people, yo. That was probably the only time I stood in front of my TV and started booing, yo. I was like, boo! Dance out of here, yo. This is a hip hop show, yo.
Yeah. Well, look, man, we're MTV definitely had a lot of great stuff. So we're going to move on really quick because it is getting late. There was one thing that MTV really did have in '96, but look, it started out in 1985, but it really did start to take off in 1990s. And this is why I'm just putting it up, not because one year was better than the other, but it was just so prominent in the 90s. MTV Spring Break started in 1986, but really took off in the 90s and into the 2000s with appearances and performances from Digital Underground, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Nice and Smooth, Kid Rock, Naughty by Nature, Blink-182, Aaliyah, Eminem, Dr. Dre, NSYNC, Missy Elliott. The list goes on and on. Look, you can even see some clips here. You got Ludacris on here, NSYNC, Pink in her early days before she became a mom. I mean, look, MTV Spring Break was crushing. Look, you got Marky Mark before he's Mark Wahlberg. This is Marky Mark here. So look, anybody that grew up watching MTV clearly tuned in to MTV Spring Break. It was always something to watch. I know you guys remember it. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this, but just give me a quick rundown of your thoughts on MTV Spring Break.
I mean, MTV in general, is not I love MTV for the 90s, all through the 90s. I watched everything, whether it's Beavis and Butthead, whether it's Spring Break, whether it's dating shows, whatever. But MTV Spring Break was it was must-watch TV. It was a way to get your shit out there and your publicity out. You got a hot album, you hot right now, go to MTV Spring Break. It was 106 in Park in the 2000s. Like you had to go 106 in Park. Or
TRL before TRL.
TRL and BT had like a Spring Break type shit too. You know what I'm saying? So, but it was college kids seeing shows and being on MTV and John.
I was gonna say
money, man.
Say what it is, yo. At least I ain't gonna lie, I'll be the pervert while we watched it, yo, because they had shorties in bikinis doing that. It was my boy from the real world hosted that one shit called The Grind.
The Grind, MTV Grind, yeah. I was close to put those pictures up, but I was like, nah, I'm not.
You know The Grind, you were like, yo, The Grind.
Yep.
Yo, like
everybody was out there in no shirts and bikinis on.
Yeah. So I mean, Spring Break was just wilding, yo. It was definitely wilding, yo. Shout out to MTV, yo. They had me thinking like, yo, I gotta do every Spring Break.
Yeah, and it was mostly from what I remember in Cancun and Daytona Beach. I think those were like the two major ones. And
they did the grill too.
Yeah,
the grill. Oh, that might have been So
they got they got a documentary about it. Used to see Daytona.
They did.
Basically, Daytona kicked them out because it was it got too wild. It got too crazy.
Oh wow!
It got so crazy. You know what I mean? You know how it is.
Yeah.
People take a good thing and to the max.
Yeah, and when you bring in MTV, man, I mean, look how Pink is right now. I mean, what you see right there with Pink, Cisco, and Tyrese, that's what it was. It was fun. I mean, and you saw that on TV, and it was a good time. And I wish I could have been there because I was living vicariously through them or watching them on TV for real. But you know what? Now we're going to get to the kind of the part of this that y'all told me last week. Karen, you told me last week. We got to get to the hotties. What about the guys? All right, so here we go. We're going to the females, the hotties of 1996. And this list is long, so it's just not the four. But here we go, man. We got Brooke Shields, Aaliyah, Gwyneth Paltrow. Of course, Lil Kim. I mean, Lil Kim was she was Lil Kim. I mean, also we have Demi Moore, Vivica Fox, and Julia Roberts. These are the hotties of 1996. I couldn't even narrow it down to 4. It was just way too many for me to pick. So these are the hotties of 1996. Fellas, real quick, man, what are your thoughts on this list before we go to the hunks for Karen and all the other ladies on the channel?
No, because that was just funny because I was so funny.
On this one.
No, I mean, it's some good ladies. It was funny because Corey's like, yo, Karen said we need the hunks and this and that. Yo, and guess what I got for you? A bunch of ladies.
With the hunks are coming right after this.
But nah, I mean, this is impeccable, yo. Like, I mean, for real, like everybody up here deserves it. Shout out to Leah, R.I.P. Like, she was the next big thing. Yeah. She had the tomboy thing going on, but still way, way, way feminine. I don't even like call it tomboy. I don't even know what to call that. She had her own look. Brooke Shields is Brooke Shields. Whew. I mean, I'll say it again. Brooke Shields is Brooke Shields. Whew. Lil Kim was on fire. Like, I mean, it's a good look. I don't know. Is that Gwyneth Paltrow? I don't know why.
That's Gwyneth Paltrow. Yeah, she was really big.
I don't need her on this list.
I'm about to say one of these things ain't like the other,
Yeah, I'm good on her.
She was picked. Now she was ranked high because she did 2 movies that year. One of them was called Emma, and another movie. That's the reason why she's on this list. But
2 movies I've never seen. I don't need to see them ever. But shout out to Demi Moore, Striptease.
Striptease. Striptease came out.
Wow, that's Demi Moore is already old as fuck. I said old as fuck. She's probably younger than me now, but she was old as fuck back then in my head. So, and Vivica Fox was a good looking woman. You got an older picture. You got to bring that young Vivica Fox up here because
you know what? I tried my hardest to find a young Vivica Fox, but I couldn't find a good one. I couldn't find a good one that was like a profile.
She got her Sammy Sosa going on right here, yo. Look at her face and her neck, yo. What the fuck going on with Vivica, yo? Don't do that to yourself, baby. I love you.
It was hard for me to find a young one that was like, okay, this is a nice picture.
Vivica, if you don't love you, I love you, yo. Stop that, yo. Don't send me so soon, yo. I just have to give that announcement, yo, for Vivica, yo.
Go ahead, Pina. What you thought?
She like she work at a bank, yo, or a glamour shop, yo. In this picture, yo. But I mean, all those are attractive women. I remember them having the game a lot. Like Brooke Shields, definitely. Aaliyah, she did her thing. She had the tomboy look. Everybody like Lil Kim before all the surgeries and stuff like that.
Yeah, Lil Kim. If you don't love you, I love you, yo.
Yeah, she did. I mean, Lil Kim before the surgeries. I mean, yes.
This was MTV. She wore that to MTV.
Yeah, she wore that to the MTV Awards. Yeah, that's correct.
But one person you left off the list, Pittsburgh, Toddy. Yeah, there we go. Salma Hayek. You know what I'm saying?
Hayek. It's a good one.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
She had that. She was doing her thing back then, yo.
Yeah, and I saw that Saddam. I ain't see him. Salma Hayek, boy.
She was looking good till dawn. I will admit. Yes, that's true. Some of her will probably come on here later when she did the Mask of Zorro or something. So I don't know. I just can go by what they did that year. But yeah, you're right. Some of her should have been on the list. Good one. So let's go to the hunks of 1996, or the men hotties, or the man candy, however you want to call it. So the man candy of 1996. Let's get to it. Tom Cruise, of course, from doing Mission Impossible. Genuine. All ladies were loving Genuine. George Clooney from ER. LL Cool J. Now, this was the year LL Cool J dropped the album with Hey Lover and all that kind of stuff. But, his name is called LL Cool J because the ladies love Cool J. And also in 1996, Brad Pitt was really huge because he was coming off of 2 really big movies in 1995, which was 12 Monkeys and 7. And Tyson Bedford, of course, he was the male model, the #1 male model in 1996. He was actually the male model for Polo, I think. Polo, yes. And Sean Connery is also in 1996 because he was starred in the movie The Rock. So there you go. These were the hunks of 1996. Ladies, if there are any ladies, let me know who's maybe your favorites out of this list here. So, but yeah,
Who's your favorite, Corey?
I mean, look, I'm going for the cool dudes, man. I think, L Cool J, I actually got to give it up for Sean Connery, man, because the ladies were still digging Sean Connery. This guy's like 70 years old right here. They were still digging him, man.
Silver Fox, yo.
Yeah, he was the guy, man. James Bond, the guy. So, there you go.
Speaking of Sean Connery, check out the channel. We got the Jeopardy reaction.
Yeah, just
doing that shit. But I definitely remember all the ladies fawning over Tyson Beckford because he was in everything.
He was
on every poster.
I think
yes.
This is the it is like the first male model that I knew. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Same.
You said Tyson, everybody knew Tyson Beckford was, you know what I mean? Like, I had no idea any male models. You know what I mean? You always had the big female supermodels, but he definitely set the stage for that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And he was everywhere. I mean, he was the polo, and to be a male model of polo, amongst others, I mean, that's a pretty big feat. So yeah, shout out to these guys. There'll be a different list. So
and
Karen,
I do want to say LL, like you was like LL did Hey Lover, just because you said that song, it just popped in my head. Yo, that's one of the biggest hater songs ever, yo. LL is such a hater on that song.
Dirty Mackin' to the 10th
degree. Dirty Mackin', yo. Horrible.
Dirty Mac.
Horrible.
For those who don't know what Dirty Mackin' is, that's shitting on another person because you want their girl, yo.
Yeah, he was doing that the whole song was him doing. I was like, yo, come on, Al. And shout out to Karen, yo. Sean, I did it with your mother, Trebek.
I did it with your mother, Trebek.
Yo, that was hilarious, yo.
It was.
That was definitely hilarious. Yeah.
That was my first time seeing that.
Yeah, he was like, what's the difference between a duck and this? He's like, I don't know, but your mother's a whore.
But your mother's a whore.
Yeah, look, LL Cool J, I fell off of LL Cool J after this shit, yo. I'm like, I like LL from the 80s and early 90s, like Mama Said Knock You Out, but when he started doing it, feeding into the sex symbol shit, like having his shirt off and making these corny ass songs, yo, I was like, but I did like Lounging though. Lounging is good shit. Though.
Yeah, he just dropped he had like one decent song every few years. You know what I mean? He definitely kept his name in the
because I like I think you're right. Every few years he would always come out with a really good one. So he always kept himself relevant.
Yeah. I'm with you though. He definitely later on I want my cup of tea, but he drop a single every now and then. Even if I ain't like it, you'll hear it a few times. But that's all right.
I mean,
like, in the club.
You probably listen to Headsprung, don't you?
Headsprung's a good song, yo. Timberland produced that.
Yo, that's just trash.
Like that
but
the
beat is fire.
The beat is fire.
Yeah, okay, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. So look, now we're going to go to the Mr. and Ms. of 1996, and I'm going to leave it up to the audience out there to pick and put in the chat who do you think wins this list. Decision time is coming. So first up, we got Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt from Twister. Next, we have Will Smith and Vivica Fox from Independence Day. And last but not least, we have Tom Cruise and Renee Zellweger from Jerry Maguire. Those are the ones that we have for the Mr. and Ms. of 1996. And you guys out there, put in the chat who you think it should be. Should it be this one with Jerry Maguire from the film Independence Day?
So I'm just like, look at these pictures, yo. Like this is Mr. Ms. Go through these pictures. Look, this is the Mr. and Mrs. Yo, we got these dirty face motherfuckers. Will look all whatever.
Will look like a gentleman looking as Will Smith, yo.
Yeah, but
Will look like he don't even want to marry her.
But look at the next joint. Like you got Shorty crying like what?
Well, that was when he walked in. Was like, you complete me. You don't remember watching that part?
Yeah, I remember that. There's only 2 lines. Show me the money and you completely are.
But I mean, I know she would have been like, if she was on this chat, she'd be like, "Yo, come on, Corey, you can't give me a better picture than this shit." Like,
I just picked the one from the scene. That's what I did.
I ain't mad at it, ain't me. So, but I'm saying, yo, you won't be picking.
Which one would y'all pick?
Selma Hayek. Because she's not up.
Said Selma Hayek. What you talking? If I had to pick one, I mean, I think I would probably pick the Jerry Maguire one. I mean,
I would probably too. That was a good movie.
Yeah, I like
they
the
were
movie.
good together.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I probably pick the Jerry Maguire one. So let's see what we got, man. We're going here. We got Tom Cruise, okay, and Renee.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So somebody said you had me at Show Me the Money. Number one. So we got somebody's thinking Twister. So far, we got most people thinking Jerry.
Yeah, Angel said number 3.
Yeah, number 3. Okay. Twister, the heartstrings are number 3. All right, so I think it's unanimous, man. I think it's going to be number 3.
It
is. Tom Cruise, Renee Zellweger with Jerry Maguire, which was a good movie. And
I was bullshitting about the same bullshit with Shakur. This definitely, like you said, classic scene, classic movie, yo.
Yeah, it was good. 96, you're right. It came out, man. No,
Yeah,
96 was a good year, man. I mean, like,
great year for movies. Yeah,
like it was a great year overall, man. Like, I think we was hitting our stride because like me and O known each other since '90, since when I moved down there. But then, like, we really all became like when we met Corey and the crew. We bonded ever since. Like, yes, we didn't stay in the same dorm our freshman year.
Yes, Valerie, we are still live.
We are still. Oh, shout out to Valerie, she's back, yo.
Valerie came back.
She took a nap and came back. She was like, y'all motherfuckers still up here? Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Like, y'all need to go to bed.
It was the basketball debate, yo. We argued the basketball for 30 minutes, yo.
Yeah.
But 96 was a real good year for us, yo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was.
Because
that was our year we really got together. Yeah.
Yeah, because I promised this story a while ago, yo. Because I think it was, I want to say it was 96. It was 96 because we stayed in EE6. Me and Ollie room was on the right the first year. The next year we was on the left. So when we dabbled into entrepreneurialism with the stripper party, yo, that was 1996, man, and that was one of the wildest things that did not come to fruition.
I don't know what he's talking about right now. I'm just gonna leave it alone.
Ollie don't want to know because Ollie had the most fucked up part of the night, and that's the thing that made everything so funny, yo. So this is story time, 1996 picture, 1996, Old Dominion University. We came up with an idea to like, yo, let's have male strippers and let's have female strippers, and then when the strippers is over, we just come together.
If you'll tell a story, you gotta explain more than that. Just be like, yo, we came with an idea together, like let's have male strippers. No, we had a room.
We had 2 apartments next door.
Apartments next to each other. So we had an apartments for the ladies, like with all the girls we invited, male strippers, and for all the dudes, female strippers. Like you gotta put the.
So I'm about to put. I was trying to put a nice spin on. I'm about to get into it. So the funny thing is, in Corey in the apartment, we had it was the female strippers, and me and Ollie apartment, it was the male strippers. So everybody was coming, laughing, joking. Strippers showed up, both of them. Our parts get shut down because people was passing $1 back and forth on the same stripper. So one stripper was dancing on somebody, take the $1 off and put it back on her. She was like, hey, nah, this is fucked up, all this shit. So they had a big ass bouncer, so they shut it down. So we think everything good. We go back over to our apartment, everybody gone. We're like, where the girls go? Where everybody go?
Yeah. We was on that side a long time though. We was having too much fun over there.
We was having too much fun. It was funny. But we get over to our apartment. All the girls gone. But the funniest shit was Ollie was like, why the fuck my sheets off my bed? Ollie was so pissed that one of the strippers had sex with a girl on his bed.
Yeah.
funniest story.
We don't know who it was, but we know it was somebody.
We know who
I know who it was.
You know who it was? Oh, y'all better tell me offline.
Yeah.
We'll tell you offline. But that was the funniest shit. Like the party ain't come to fruition. And then Ollie had
we had it all planned too. We had it planned down to the wire. Yeah. But we spent too much time at our own party forgetting that we had to shut that down and go to the party that we were really trying to have later on.
Yeah.
We fucked up. That was the problem, yo. We fucked it up because we were trying to have two parties come into one party, and we stayed at our party way too long. Yeah. So the girls got bored and they left. So.
Yeah, it was funny. I mean, to see Ollie room, because me and Ollie stayed in the same room.
I wish I saw that.
All his sheets was on. It was just a naked mattress, yo. That shit was funny.
I wish I saw that.
Yo. Naked mattress.
Angel said, did he roll around in the sheets?
Oh no, man.
He probably did, yo. He probably wiped his hands on it and everything, yo.
That was probably one of the funniest nights, yo. Like when that stripper got mad when she saw man was passing that same dollar back and forth, yo.
Yeah, when Cass was doing it all night, Cass was throwing dollars and just picking them up off the floor.
We were college students for real. We had that much money.
I didn't know why they thought we would have money.
I know. We spent all our money just to get them there.
Get them there. I know. That's what it was. Like everybody put up. Hey, my cash spent. I had like $10, like 10 ones. So I was like,
we spent our money just to get them there, yo. Shoot, we ain't got nothing extra.
Yeah.
Oh, that was 96. Dude.
Yeah, we were definitely. I mean, look, it's sometimes I think it was kind of good with their cell phones and stuff wasn't out back then because. Oh, have mercy.
Definitely no cell phones.
Yeah.
I mean, we're entrepreneurs. Well, I didn't call entrepreneurs because we weren't like was charging, but we definitely had a mindset on the brain. Yeah, a lot on the brain.
We were party mindset.
Yeah, we're party animals. So I was like, because I wanted college to be like the TV. That's what I remember when people used to come visit us. They'd be like, yo, because we had some wild times.
Yeah.
And we were the group. We were the crew on campus that threw like the best parties.
But we can't stop also the party part because we were entrepreneurial and ingenious at the same time because we poked a hole through our closet and ran speaker wires to both apartments. So we had both music playing. This was back before you could have Bluetooth and shit. So we poked a hole
before Bluetooth.
Closet, ran the wires, so we had music on both sides.
Just to explain. Yeah, the apartments had when you walked in,
they had a wall mirrors in between,
and a wall, shared wall, and the shared wall was like the closet where you put your coats and shit, like when you first walk in. So we put a hole in that shit so we could run on, and we use that for the party. We use that for cable. So we we split cable 8 ways.
Almost got kicked out.
Yeah. So we ran the cable wire through there. We was like, yo, why y'all don't pay for cable? We don't pay. We just run this cable wire through the wall. We was just wilding out. So it was good times, man.
Good times, man. I mean, good times. Great stories, man. Great stories. Yeah. Well, 96 was a great year, not only for movies, music, and everything else in between. It was a good year for us too, man, because that really that was a great college year. It really was. That started off pretty much everything. And from that point on, man, I mean, I think we solidified ourselves on campus as one of the, we was there to have fun. And a lot of people really gravitated towards us for that, man. So it was fun. Good times, man. I'd like to thank all of y'all that have still made it this far.
Yes.
23 of y'all are on here right now. So please hit the like button. If you have not hit the like button, just hit it. Hit it for us because you've made it this far. So clearly you've been enjoying what you've been watching.
Hit it for the stories, yo, because we got a ton of stories, man. Like this.
We may have to do that one day. Is go down the rabbit hole of stories.
I would say to kind of piggyback off Ollie, yo, like when you talk to people about their college experience, it's nothing like ours, yo.
Yeah, I'll say we got some of the craziest stories you'll ever hear. Some stories I don't even believe myself, Like I'll be looking back, I'll be like, yo, this shit didn't happen, but it did. It did. Mm-hmm. You name it. And we had all types of people in our crew, yo. We had ball players, fraternity dudes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
people making crazy money, like
yeah,
the brokers of the brokest.
we got
Like we had the whole
It's a spectrum.
We had the whole spectrum, and all of us just
Yeah.
came together. Like as Corey says, we all came together in full like Voltron.
Form like Voltron, yo.
Whole like you're like Old Dominion is I think it shaped my life, yo. You know what I'm saying? Not just gave me like lifelong brothers and stuff, but it was a lot of lessons we learned, yo, good and bad. Like all that shit was, but it shaped us, and we still together.
Yeah, man.
We still got that group chat.
Still together.
That's that group chat. Oh my god,
yeah.
So, is there anything else you guys want to touch on before we close this out? I know people are
wrap it up.
Yeah, we can wrap it up. Let's see here.
Go ahead and get the shout outs, Joe. Go ahead and get the shout outs.
Yeah, so shout out to, I'm trying to go through John Horchler. Appreciate that. Oh, yeah, put up the picture again of me with New Edition. Karen, appreciate that. Angel Vins for coming through. Zozo Bob, as always. Jabbar, the retro Manny Savage. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. I'm going to do a Randy Savage impression, man. Everybody does Randy Savage. Brian, and who else we got here? I'm still scrolling through.
We got Valerie, we got Angel.
That's right, Valerie. Yep. There's so many of you guys. I mean, and you guys are like regulars that come all the time with us, so it's really so greatly appreciated. I see Misty that was in here earlier, so just really appreciate that. Pittsburgh was in here. Chicago Cubs, I haven't seen him today, so he probably didn't make it today, but shout out to Chicago Cubs because he's normally always on here. And just appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. And here we go, man. My picture with New Edition. I'm part of the group. I'm the sixth member, and they didn't even know it.
Yeah, his pointing at you. Like I was like, Corey's like pointing at No, that's the biased picture ever, yo. That's just why, yo.
Because Corey always been on though. You know what I'm saying?
But the way you look, and then the way they look too, like it ain't like, you know what I mean? It's like y'all just all together the group, like
I was shocked how it turned out when I actually went back and looked at it. I was like, oh my god, this is about the best picture ever. So I have it framed in my closet, So yeah, I got it. I still got that photo, man. That's one.
But I think that photo encapsulates how you are all the time, yo. Because like when the cameras are on or something. Like when we do the channel, everybody's like, Corey's so infectious and all that shit. And like me and Ollie just sitting there like listening and absorbing. Corey's like dancing and shit like that. So people appreciate, but you always been like that, yo. Like I always I could be driving. I just think back to when we was growing up. And like when a Friday night, Corey just walking in with a straight face, he was like, where the hoes at? Everybody start laughing and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's always been good, man. Always been fun. So that picture just kind of encapsulates Corey, yo.
Yeah, man. There you go. I just want to say, man, thank you guys so much. Every last one, not just these guys on the channel, but the 23 of y'all watching and everybody who has watched prior to that. If you stopped and you had to go back out like Valerie and come back, hey, man, that's great. We appreciate that so much. And hit the like button, share this video, because trust me, there are a lot of people out there that would love to reminisce on the 90s and especially 1996. And I know we did. This was a good one. So once again, thank you guys out there. And there we go. Yep. And I guess we'll end it right there.
All right.
Let me see. Let me put this up. I don't know. Jerry, we're gonna put Jerry up.
All right, whatever you want to go out on.
Yeah, I think we go out on Jerry. I don't know. Maybe this one. Oh, no, maybe this one. Looking like, is this really coming towards us right now? Maybe we should run. Or maybe not.
All right. Definitely not that, Corey.
Yeah, I'm trying to find another one. Yeah, we'll go with MTV. There we go.
We go with that.
There you go. Peace, y'all.